We want to put everything in the hand of the Almighty God. Heavenly Father, King of adoration, we thank you. We honor you because this far you have brought us. As a people, as a nation, as a community, as a resident. Lord Almighty, as we are going to share in this forum, let your Holy Spirit be the guidance. Let everything we are going to discuss be fruitful to our life and the life of our community. Father, we thank you on behalf of those who have attended. Thank you for giving them the lease of life so that they can see this wonderful day. It's just by your grace, Lord. There were people yesterday who were much healthier than us, but today they are no more. We thank you for the lease of life. Above all, we thank you for the nation of Kenya and the leadership of this nation. Thank you for the political allies and the religious leaders. Stand with this nation. Let peace prevail. That peace that supersedes human understanding. In the mighty name of Jesus, Father, we pray and believe. Amen. I'm Bishop Maxwell Odada.
Asante sana, Bishop.
Amen.
Thank you very much. So kwa majina naitwa Henry Ochieng. Nafanya kazi Kara. Kara is the Kenya Alliance of Resident Association. I know a number of you are part of us, you are members, but pia nasema because I know kuna wageni pia labda ambao wanasikia mambo ya Kara for the first time today. So kama Kara tumekuja hapa leo, we are gathered here today ili kuongea jambo ambalo inahusisha kila mmoja wetu. Every single one of us is affected na hii jambo ambalo tunaita security, usalama. Pale tunaishi, pale tunafanya kazi, pale tunaenda shule, popote ambao tuko tunataka tukue na usalama, si ndio? Very good. So today hii forum yetu ya leo, najua tumekuwa na forums mingi hapa, the same place. Na wengi wenu nimeona kwa hizo forums tumeongea mambo mingi, tumeongea mambo ya development, tumeongea mambo ya environment and many other things that we've talked about to look at how we can be able to create solutions that are sustainable and solutions that can then enable us to kuwe na ile tunaita a life of dignity pale tunaishi. So tulionelea kwamba for us to be able to do anything where we are, vile nimesema, lazima kuwe na usalama as a first priority, because without usalama hauwezi fanya biashara, without usalama hauwezi enda kazini, hauwezi enda shule. You can't do anything without security. So security must come first, and we must be able to make sure wherever we are concerned and interested about our security. So karibu 1 month ago, as Kara, tulianza kitu tunaita Usalama Mitaani Program. And hii program tulianzisha kwa sababu tuliona kwamba mara mingi watu wanaangalia usalama ama mambo ya security ni kama kazi ya serikali, na wanasema tunangoja serikali ifanye, tunangoja serikali itusaidie, tunangoja serikali ituambie. Na kwa hivyo unapata kuna uhalifu nafanyika in the places where we stay, lakini watu hawapeani hiyo information in a very proactive way. And at the end of it all, kama kuna kitu ambayo inafanyika in our neighborhood, ni sisi ambao tunaishi hapo ndio tunaumia. So tulisema kwamba we must be able to take security kama responsibility ya everybody, so that everybody feels and everybody knows that kwa mambo ya security hautasema ati tunangoja serikali kuja ifanye. Tumejua for a fact serikali iko na the first responsibility, serikali iko na jukumu, but even us as citizens, even us as residents, we have a role to play, and we must play that role very, very effectively. Ndio ikuwe ya kwamba all of us are living in a secure neighborhood, a secure county, and a secure country, because that is what is good for us. So the program for today, or the theme of discussion today, is just trying to see how community groups and how community as individuals can take a more active role on issues about security. Ndio tusaidiane na serikali, tusaidiane na kila mtu. Najua kuna the government, kuna the private security providers, kuna other security players. So we want to see how all these different agencies, all these security groups, wanaweza ongea lugha moja. so that as we go forward, tumejua we all want a secure neighborhood, we all want a secure country, and we all have a role to play so that we can be able to feel safe wherever we are and go about our businesses without any fear or intimidation. Umeona hata hivi majuzi hata kwa mambo ya maandamano, which is a right for everybody. You have a right to go for demonstration. Lakini unaona a few people wanaingilia na uhalifu and wanakuja na destroy vitu. So if we are able to speak with one voice, then some of these people ni watu ambao tumejua. Kama ni mtu umejua, unaweza peleka ujumbe useme nimeona mtu fulani amefanya uhalifu, kwa hivyo unapiga report pale nafaa ipigwe kwa polisi ndio hatua ichukuliwe. So essentially that is why we are here today. We want to talk about security and most importantly the role of communities towards sustainable security solutions for the coast region, kwa sababu tuko coast siku ya leo. And tied to that, we also know that there is the issue of alcohol and drug abuse. Kuna mambo ya alcohol and drug abuse ambayo inafanyika across the country, not just here. In every corner of this country, there's a challenge of alcohol and drug abuse. Kuna vijana wako makwao, vijana wako mitaani, na ile kazi wanafanya ni mambo tu ya mihadarati, mambo ya alcohol abuse, and this definitely translates to insecurity because kuna connection between alcohol and drug abuse na security. So we are also very keen katika hii program kuona ni vipi pia tunaweza ongea mambo ya alcohol and drug abuse, ndio tuongee na vijana wetu, tuweke mikakati so that we can be able to effectively work with different players to address mambo ya alcohol and drug abuse. And that's why among us today tuko na NACADA, which is the authority that is in charge of addressing issues of alcohol and drug abuse. Na tunataka kushirikiana na NACADA pia kuona kwamba as they do their work, we support them, we work with them, and we are able to pull jointly ndio tuhakikisha kwamba mambo ya alcohol and drug abuse pia imetatuliwa vilivyo. So we are also going to hear about that particular aspect, and we are going to discuss how can we as a community be able to drive the agenda of the fight against alcohol and drug abuse. So we are going to hear more about that. So kila mtu ako na program, na hizo mambo ambayo nimesema, we are going to hear more about it from our speakers. Tuko na guest speakers from different sectors, and I can assure you tukimaliza hii mpango siku ya leo, you will be a better person in terms of information, in terms of knowledge, na tutakuwa tumejisomesha vizuri ili we go and practice what we have learned here today, and we can be able to play a role in contributing to the welfare of our country. So as per the program, mnaona tuko na of course opening remarks, and then we'll have Dr. Esther Gitambu, who is the vice chairperson of CARA. Daktari has just arrived, she's seated here. Dr. Gitambu is our vice chairperson, and she's based here in Mombasa, and she's just going to make some brief remarks before we continue. And then we have Robertson Kabucho, who is the head of programs at Hans Sedel Foundation. Hans Sedel Foundation wamekuwa partner wetu for very many years. Most of the activities ambao tumefanya hapa Mombasa, wale ambao wamekuja, umeona we are always with them because hao ndio our partners. We've worked with them for many years. We've gone to all corners of this country. Si Mombasa peke yake. Tumeenda kila pembe of this country. Tumeenda Kisumu, Eldoret, wherever, almost every county. Tukiendelea mambo ya kusomesha wananchi ili wakue responsible citizens, and they become people who can be able to make sound decision and can be able to get interested in the governance of this country. So Robertson Kabuche is here to represent Hansel Foundation, na yeye pia atatuongelesha briefly before we listen to the other guest. So in terms of the guest speakers that we have, we are expecting Mr. Ali Nuno, Regional Police Commander. I just spoke to him, ameniambia ameshikika pale, but ametuma mtu. I'm yet to see the person here. na kama amekuja labda anaweza jitambulisha. I don't know who the person is, but anatumana. Then we have Coast Regional Commissioner represented by Bwana Mathioya, who is here with us. Atatuambia mengi about your docket yao. Then we have Joy Katusabe Mwangi, who is Director of Recruitment and Membership at Women in Safety Excellence. She's here with us. I think she'll tell us more about this entity. But from understanding, ni wale ambao women who are interested or working in the security sector and making a contribution. And we also, of course, we want to make sure that women play a very, very central and active role on issues of security in this country. But she'll talk more about her organization. Alafu tuko na Reverend Wangai Gashoka, who is the Coast Region Coordinator of NACADA. That is the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse in Kenya. Ye pia atatuongelesha. And then we have Bwana Alan Yego from the Private Protective Security Industry Association. Like I told you, we want to work with private security providers ili tukue an holistic approach kwa hii mambo ya security. Then tutakuwa na Q&A session, basically now an opportunity ya kila mtu kusema ile ambao nafikiria kuhusu na hii topic ya leo. Either uliza swali ama we pia upeane mawazo yako, because we all have ideas, we all have solutions, so we must be able to share among ourselves so that we can be able to learn and go and practice what we have learned. Alafu tutafunga na way forward and closing remarks. So that is how the program looks like today, and I encourage us to listen keenly, participate actively, and make this a very, very productive session that we're going to have today. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the context, that is the reason we are here today. And without taking much time, I want to invite our next speaker.
Nimefurahi kuwa hapa, na kama vile Bwana Henry ameintroduce, kwa majina naitwa Robertson Kafusho. Nimetoka Nairobi. Ninafanya kazi na shirika linaloitwa Hans Seidel Foundation. Hans Seidel Foundation it's a German organization. We work in the area of democracy, peace and development. And we partner with local organizations like CARA, state and non-state local partners in different fields that we work in, mainly in the area of good governance, gender equality, climate change, and e-mobility. That's how we work with local, state, and non-state partners. Our partnership with CARA kwa miaka mingi, vile Henry ameweza kusema, in Nairobi and in different counties, has been providing a platform like this for citizens to have a platform to dialogue with stakeholders in government, in the private sector, in academia, in faith-based organizations, to find solutions to different needs and challenges that they are experiencing. And our core theme around our partnership is to strengthen accountability and service delivery, effective service delivery in Kenya through structured resident associations, participation and engagement with government. And so I am honored and I'm delighted to be with you here today at this crucial forum for the coastal region on the role of communities towards the realization of sustainable security solutions for the coastal region. It is important, usalama ni muhimu, first and foremost, because we all want to be alive. We all want to be in good form. We all want everything that we have labored for. Na jasho yetu, familia zetu, that is our property to be safe, to be protected. And so we have to come together to explore solutions, to look at the needs and challenges that are affecting, our ability to enjoy that freedom or that bill of right ambao pia katiba imetupatia to enjoy security. So if it is happening, if we have good security, well and good. If it is not there, then we see in this kind of discussion, why is it not there? What is happening and what needs to be done? And the framing of today's topic is the role of communities. What communities can do. That one is very difficult in a way because sometimes persons who perpetuate crime and other vices ambazo zinazuia our ability to enjoy security comes from us, from the communities. So what needs to be done? And the answer to that will lie in good neighborliness. If each of us will commit to be good neighbors, even the Bible tells us that to love our neighbor as ourselves. So if we could start there and commit to be good neighbors, it will go a good extent in ensuring that we are enjoying security of life and property. And then there's a second element to it that revolves around kuna tension fulani among us when we realize cases of insecurity, cases of, in whichever form. It could be theft, it could be drug abuse, and so on. And because it is happening in our communities, and the focus now is communities, and you get to know who is involved, who is perpetuating, who is distributing, who is growing. So the tension is what action to take. Who do I inform? Ni nyumba kumi? Ni polisi? Who do I inform? And then from this kind of conversations, what I have picked and what I've also experienced is a challenge of when I say, then what happens to me when I report? Yeah, because it is known it is a certain family. So they will know I am the one who reported because I am a victim in such a situation. So what happens? So there is all that tension. And therefore, it may not be very easy to answer this question that, what is the role of communities? But the good thing is we have experts ambao wamealikwa from the police, from government, from the private sector, from the religious sector to help us navigate this question and for our beloved coastal region to be able to find some solutions and way forward. And that is my hope. From the organization that I represent at Hansedel Foundation, that as we work with CARA to provide this kind of platforms, that we will have a very mutual dialogue among ourselves and be able to find some key actions that will help us all and our communities that we come from be able to enjoy the wonderful gift and right of a safe and secure environment and livelihood. So I invite you all, or rather I welcome you all for this forum, and I wish you a fruitful discussion. Tuweze kupata nafasi ya kuzungumza, kwanza kuwasikiza ambao wataweza kutuzungumzia, alafu baadaye kuuliza maswali ama kuchangia kutokana na experience ambayo tumekuwa nayo, kuona kwamba tumepata mawili matatu that will lead us to understanding more about the role of communities towards the realization of sustainable security solutions for Coast Region. So once again, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much. I wish you all a
good morning, everybody. So this is our message from CARA to our distinguished guests, valuable and esteemed members of CARA, community leaders and security stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for creating time to attend this very important forum on a matter that affects each one of us. As Kara, we're happy to host you today and discuss about security and safety in our neighborhoods and country. As you may be aware, we recently launched the Usalama Mitaani Program, which is an initiative championing a community-first approach to public safety. This model recognizes that real security begins where people live, in neighborhoods, estates, and informal settlements, and must be shaped with, not just for, the communities affected. In time of rapid change, general uncertainty, global unrest, the importance of building safer communities cannot be overstated. Safety is not just the absence of crime. It is the presence of trust, stability, and hope. Security is not just about stronger door locks and surveillance systems. It's about strong relationships, clear communications, and shared responsibilities. We must recognize that safety starts with connection. When neighbors know each other, when people look out for one another, the risk of harm drops dramatically. A well-connected neighborhood is a well-protected neighborhood. Community events, local associations, and neighborhood watch programs are simple, yet powerful ways to rebuild a sense of connection. We must also strengthen our security systems, but not just with technology. Cameras, lights, emergency systems matter, but equally important is trust in our security agencies and institutions, especially the police. We need stronger cooperation between the public and those who serve to protect us. Okay, so when we are going around burning police station, those people who are burning the police station, Kesho will come for you. And then you have to rebuild the police station and pay their salaries. So we need to think a bit harder. Kara believes that security and safety is a collective responsibility that requires involvement of all Kenyan residents, right from the household, neighborhood, county to the national level. The forum today gives us an opportunity to discuss how various players in the security sector can work together to promote security and safety in the coast region. We are also aware that drugs, alcohol abuse is also a prevalent challenge here at the coast. We all know that there's a link between drug and alcohol abuse and security. It is therefore equally important to explore how we can have collaborative approach to the fight against drug and alcohol abuse. Let us remember security is not just a policy matter, but it is a partnership. Therefore, let us commit together to build a future where every child can walk home without fear, where every family can sleep peacefully at night, where every community member feels valued and protected. We invite you to actively participate in today's discussions and share with us your views and how we can effectively jointly address security and safety challenges at the coast. Okay, that is a message from Kara, the national body, Kenya Alliance of Residents Association. I'd just like to make a few comments of myself. Neighborhood associations, they work. Where you have neighborhood associations, we often have a WhatsApp connected to the police station that serves us, the Kenya Power, and water. So if you are robbed, you put it on a WhatsApp. I think there's a gang that came and did 1, 2, 3. They're heading your direction, all right? Then also, the security companies are often involved in that WhatsApp. So they also alert everybody, okay? And then the neighborhood watch. If you see your neighbor being robbed, don't just shut your door harder because they are coming for you next. You should all come out and go and help them, but in an organized manner, If they are looking dangerous, you call those people who can handle them. It works. And those people who have active neighborhood associations, we don't have crime. All right? Outside your house, that is. There's no crime. Nyali, there's no crime. You're rare to hear someone has been robbed. How? Where will they pass? Okay? Every neighborhood association, because one, the thieves either come from your neighborhood or they come from your next door neighbors. Somebody knows them. And whatever they steal, somebody knows where it goes. So it's a question of if everybody is together, they'll go and look for somewhere else. So we have tools now. WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a very useful tool. Something happens, you let everybody know. It's a new way of shouting that this has happened, there's a gang, it is 10 people, it's like this, it's like that. They'll soon run away. Number two, you have to take care of your police station. If it's not functional, you're having a fight with them every day, they're also humans, all right? And they need to work together. Those who, of course, they are police being humans also, they are the good ones and some very bad ones too. But just like us, but you just work on it until your police station works properly. That's all. If you don't insist on things being done lawfully, then that's your problem, really, because the law is already written, it's there. Okay, they're supposed to enforce it, but you are the eyes. And in our constitution is very clear. Community participation. How do you participate? Do you know a gang of thieves is also a community? They all participate in their own way. Okay? So if you want to counter such a thing, please make your community stronger and more cohesive and have a way of communication. Everybody has a phone, all right? Network. The system of headmen, elders, sub-chiefs, chiefs, and the county administration is there. It is there and it's highly organized. Use them. Use them. They're there. They're ready. Okay? At the grassroots, the village elder knows everybody. If you add the nyumba kumi, everybody knows everybody. Whenever, we all know whose son does what. We all know which corner, if you want some heroin, where to go. Ni fulani, anauza. Why do you tolerate them? We had an exercise one some time ago, a long time ago. We didn't repeat it because it worked so well. What we did is that we organized of course you know who sells who what. So we organized some boys from another place to come and chopper them with sticks and whips. So they ran away because they were being choppered individually. You can't go after a drug lord. You don't know where he is. But the people who sell, you can chase them away. So they were chased away from one area. They actually went away and they didn't come back. By evening, their customers were diarrheaing and vomiting because now they are getting withdrawal. Okay? That is the side effect of removing your suppliers. They now have nowhere to find their drugs, so they go into a medical condition. So before you do that, you prepare the medical side as well. So, and that was a community thing, because they're the ones who know where the people who sell drugs stay. It's their own sons. They were tired of being robbed and being mugged and being done whatever. Okay? People who are taking drugs, mentally disturbed at the time that they are high. So you can't really, they can't do anything. But with within a community, you can control it. They are your sons, they are your daughters. All right? And they are killing your other sons and your other daughters. Because drug taking is really, most of it has a fatal consequence. Okay? Then there is the issue of orderly construction. If you are new to a place, you must be able to navigate. If you don't follow, the road was built here, you built on the road, you blocked it, everything is everywhere. How do you expect the law enforcers to find you when you start being attacked? The people who are building on the road or blocking the road or doing whatever, what gives them more right than you to own that road? It is your road. Why are they building on your road? Why are you allowing them to do so? Why are they blocking your road? Why do your roads not have names? Okay, luckily, you can send a pin to the police or whoever, and you hope he has enough airtime to use it, okay, to find you. So some of these things you must sort out yourselves by collectively agreeing. You cannot say that these people were disrupting their economical affairs. There are 10 people on the road and you are 1,000 and they are inconveniencing you. What gives them more right? Give them a place to sell their things, but they should not disrupt your ability to get help because they block the roads or they build shacks, all right, where who knows who lives there. That is why you should get a building permit, because there are certain things should be built in certain places for your own good, you who live there. It is not for the officers. They're not employed to frustrate you. These are all security things. When there is a fire, ndio mtajua. So orderly construction. And if you have a neighborhood association, you have a voice, because there are too many people who they see no evil, they hear no evil, and they speak no evil, who are supposed to be the enforcers, especially in the construction. Kilipa kidogo. How come that person who is allowed to break the law, is he more important than you? The new 100 people? You 1,000 people? I think not. So as a community, you can fight for your rights because it is in the Constitution. So we need to get organized. And these days is so much easier. With everybody has a mobile phone, literally everybody. If yours is stolen, at least the neighbor has. So if we can use all these new tools, cameras are good because they prove that so-and-so was there and they did that. But camera is after the fact. That won't help you if they killed you as well. So you need to sort out before harm occurs or loss of property. And it is very easy to do so. Some of the higher cost neighborhoods, they've really organized themselves. Really, literally, they get all the services and properly. That is not to say that you can't. There was a time I used to do some things at Bangladesh slum. We organized them. I used to walk there. When people say, no, you can't go to Bangladesh slum, they'll attack you. Why? How? No. Okay? Because they're organized. They were highly organized. That was some time ago, though. Don't know nowadays. Everybody can get organized. And I think it is high time that the ward administrators supported the setting up of neighborhood associations. Just draw the boundaries. Everybody knows everybody else. Do a WhatsApp group. Let the police know what you're doing, where you are. Report abnormal activities or damaged roads or no electricity or no water or the corner drug seller. Report them, all right? They don't have to know who you are. Just report them, okay? And also the security industry. People have watchmen all over, okay? Our neighborhood watch includes the security companies. If you see something happening there, you just don't shut your door and just be watching from the window. You all participate in helping to curb that. And then the neighborhood watch, the security companies were very important and very useful in controlling and reducing the commercial sexual exploitation of children, because they know who took a child where. They have to report. Okay? So getting organized is the way forward, is the only way forward. You live how you want to live. The choice is yours. So with that, enjoy this seminar. Please ask as many questions as you can and think outside the box. Okay? These days we have so many tools, especially electronic, internet, and whatever. Think, how are we going to solve this? How are we going to work together? How are we going to improve our security?
Asante, thank you very much, Daktari, for that. I think the message from Daktari's speech is simple. There's power in community coming together. And when you speak with one voice, hakuna kitu ambayo hamtaweza kufanya. Whatever you agree on, you'll be able to do it. Kuna mtu alikuwa anasema at the time, somebody was saying that even a thief goes home at the end of the day. Si ndio? Sasa muizi akishafanya kazi yake mchana, akishaiba, kuna pale anaenda kuisha, anarudi nyumbani pale, si ndio? Na hapo pale anaisha kuna majirani, si ndio? Na wanamjua. So kama majirani wanamjua and they want to take action against him, it is very easy to do that. So that is the whole essence about communities working with security agencies to make sure that we secure our neighborhood. Kwa sababu jirani yako anaweza kuwa ni mwizi ama ni mhalifu, you have that information. If you don't do anything with that information, then ataendelea na hiyo kazi ambayo anafanya. At the end of the day, atakufikia wewe mwenyewe. Atakuja pale unaishi, ataanza kukuibia, atafanya mambo ambayo hafai kufanya, and everybody will be the loser. So one of the things that pia tulianza as a way of building trust between community particularly and police ni kitu tunaita coffee with a cop. Coffee with a cop ni kusema ya kwamba wananchi in a particular neighborhood wanakaa chini na police officers, the local police officers, police station, wanakunywa chai, wanajuana, they talk about issues of security around that particular place, na wanakubaliana what must we do to secure our neighborhood. Because one thing that is lacking about all these security issues is the element of trust. Watu hawamiani, the people don't trust each other. Wale wananchi wameogopa kupeana information, wakiona polisi wanatoroka because they think that wakipeana information it might be used against them. So pia through this kind of platforms, we also want to build trust. Ndio polisi na wananchi na private security providers wakuwe na ile trust among them, na wakuwe katika ile level where they can be able to share information and act together on issues of security. So that is part of what I think Daktari was also trying to say, that we must be able to work collaboratively. So ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much time, let's proceed with the program. And I'm going to twist it a bit because I think that we have our friends from the government here. And I thought that it would be fair for them to hear what other people are doing on security issues. Ndio wakikuja, they can also respond to some of these good programs taking place. So instead of having the regional police commander and the commissioner coming at this point, I'll bring them at the end so that our peer wasikie what is happening in the security sector, and they can be able to also touch on that as they make their remarks. So with that, then I'm going to request, I hope I'm not ambushing you, Joy. I'm going to request Joy Katusabwe Mwangi, who is the Director of Recruitment and Membership for Women in Security Excellence, to just come and tell us about WISE, wanajiita WISE, what they are doing, and how we can be able to work with them to ensure that we are promoting issue of security and safety in our neighbors. Mkaribisha tafadhali.
Distinguished guests, the representatives from the Office of the Coast Regional Commissioner, the Coast Regional Police Commander, Mr. Ali Nuno, representatives from the Kenya Alliance of Residents Association, led by Mr. Henry Ochieng, development partners in the room, representatives from faith-based organizations, esteemed community leaders, women and youth leaders, and fellow stakeholders in the security space. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. All right. My name is Joy Katusabe Mwangi. I am the Director for Recruitment and Membership at the Association of Women in Safety Excellence. I bring warm greetings from the entire WISE fraternity back in Nairobi. I came in this morning, and for us, it was paramount that we are part of this conversation. In fact, when I walked in, I was very delighted to see the number of women in the room. I am very happy. I sit comfortably because I know akina mama are working with Kara to ensure safety in the coast region. So I wish to extend our most sincere gratitude to Kara for inviting us to participate in this very important forum on the understanding the role of community in bringing about sustainable security solutions. I also want to acknowledge Kara for the recognition of the role of women in achieving, in averting insecurity within our neighborhoods. The Usalama Mitaani Program comes at a very timely moment. It is a timely intervention pitched towards reducing security at the grassroots. It is also a much-awaited integration of key stakeholder perspectives in the fight against insecurity. The program is also geared towards achieving proactive community-led safety. Today, as we sit in this room, we are not just sitting here because we want to share a cup of coffee. We are sitting in this room because we realize and we recognize that security is not just the responsibility of the government and security agencies. We recognize that security is a shared responsibility that calls for active participation of every resident, every mother, every leader, and every stakeholder. We sit here because we understand that secure, safe, and thriving neighborhoods are the bedrocks of our families, they are the bedrocks of our youth, they are the bedrocks of our community at large. The topic of today's forum comes in the wake of complex security issues concerning this region. And therefore, as we begin to venture into the role of communities towards the realization of sustainable security solutions for the coast region, we must underscore the complex security challenges that the region is grappling with. And I was happy to hear Bwana Ochieng point towards some of these issues, such as drug abuse. But I would like to say that drug abuse is a driver of crime and violence as a result of addiction-induced burglary, sometimes violence sometimes robbery that may result into violence and loss of life within our neighborhood. The Coast region has also experienced recruitment of youth into extremist groups. These groups take advantage of the social economic vulnerabilities that are also linked to drug abuse and alcohol. This region, like the rest of the country, also struggles with GBV, and the most extreme case of GBV being femicide. So it is important that we inculcate a culture of self-awareness amongst our youth to be able to remove them from the situation of being vulnerable to being vulnerable and being susceptible to GBV. So as I stand here, I feel a sense of belonging to this forum this morning, because at WISE we believe that when communities are centered, when multi-stakeholder perspectives are embraced, when women and youth are onboarded, there is a high potential of unlocking new pathways to sustainable, secure, and safe neighborhoods. So allow me to give you a sneak peek into what WISE is. As I said, it is the Association of Women in Safety Excellence. And I invite you to, by the end of this meeting, I pray that most of you will find your spot and space within the WISE sisterhood, because we are not just about women. I will also briefly share our thematic areas of programming in the hope that some will stand out as pitches for value addition to the Usalama Mitaani Program, specifically for the Coast region. The Association of Women in Safety Excellence is a duly registered membership association in Kenya. It is also the only association of women in safety in Kenya to attain its strategic plan within the third year of its existence. So we are not a chama, we are duly registered, and we have a strategic plan. Our membership spans both private and public security professionals. It also spans private sector professionals and development partners. We also have student memberships for those students who are looking to join the security sector and actually pursue it as a career. For the longest time, we have misunderstood security to be either a watchman or police. So we don't have young people who are actually aspiring to join this sector. They tend to stay away because what we hear, the feedback we hear from our young people who are members, is that the sector is very highly male-dominated. Sasa imewatia uoga, wameogopa kuingia, because they tend to feel that there will be a glass ceiling and there's no room for them to grow. So we have both individual membership and corporate membership. So why do we exist? We exist to raise security and safety awareness among women. And we do this with the support of our male champions who are members through the corporate membership category. So within the institutions like private security firms that are members of WISE as corporate members, they usually nominate two male champions to become a part of the association. So we have them and we call them MISE with an S. not as C. So what do we do? What are some of our thematic areas, and how can we partner to be able to drive the Usalama Mitaani program? In WISE, we do convening. We bring together like-minded individuals, institutions committed to safety. WISE is not just a safety net for our members. It is an interactive platform between national, regional, and international public and private actors in the security space and the private sector. We also undertake training. When I speak of convening, this is what is happening here. We are having a dialogue. We are having a meeting. And back in WISE, for us, it is a safe space to trust one another, and we are able to share and establish a level of believability within ourselves. We also undertake training. This takes the shape of in-person and web-based webinars. For example, we currently have a security awareness program that is running. We normally conduct 3 of those in a year. And this tends to focus largely on the self and situational awareness. We recognize that the persona is very, very important in each one of us. I'll give you an example in this region. For somebody to be radicalized, they have become vulnerable because they do not understand themselves. For somebody to turn to drug and alcohol, there's an aspect of self-awareness that is missing. So when we are training our members, we tend to pay attention to not only the persona, but also to be able to recognize a threat all around you. So I believe, so like I mentioned, we have a security awareness program going on, and we do this largely in collaboration with both local and international partners. I believe therein lies an opportunity to conduct joint trainings and capacity building sessions with CARA for the young people at the coast region, the private sector providers, as well as community leaders. We can be able to bring self-awareness to our young people and prevent substance abuse. Through this training, we can also endear our community leaders to undertake gender-sensitive approaches to security, just like CARA has done. We also undertake mentorship, which focuses on both personal development of our members, and usually once somebody has undergone mentorship, they overcome self-doubt. We have had mentees that come back and become mentors within the program. We have had mentees go on to finish their degree programs, and we have also had them become women who inspire other young women in the association. So together with the CARA, we would endeavor to engage the youth at the coast in the coast to build mentors out of themselves, to offer hope and direction to their peers, and reduce vulnerability to radicalization and recruitment into extremist groups. We do advocacy and awareness. We are committed to addressing GBV through our safety and security campaigns. These usually seek to safeguard the dignity of women and girls. Last year, we were alarmed by the femicide rates in the country, and we embarked on a campaign, an online campaign against femicide, which remains our theme throughout this year. And if you go to our socials, you'll find that we are doing a lot of work bringing awareness to the scourge that is femicide. We are looking forward to rolling out our PCVE campaign, this year, and the coastal region remains an area of interest for us. We are doing this in collaboration with a local partner, and when this happens, Bwana Henry will be knocking at your door to invite you to see, to look for areas where we can actually cover the youth in this region. Yeah. So before I return to my seat, I wish to once again applaud Kara and all the partners you have worked with for cascading the Usalama Mitaani program to this region. As implementation takes place, I would like to call on to you to make sure that the initiative prioritizes drug abuse as a driver of insecurity and therefore a security threat, particularly among the urban, peri-urban, and informal settlements within the coast region. I thank you for inviting WISE to take part in this forum this morning. This is a clear indication that you're a WISE champion. I look forward to you taking your spot as a corporate member by the time I leave Mombasa. And to the stakeholders that took time to attend this forum, I once again acknowledge and wish to encourage us to embrace a collaborative and inclusive approach to security at the coast. The honors remain on us to recognize the strength and the perspectives that women and youth bring to community-driven security approaches. You'll agree with me that from the home to the neighborhood to the community, women are usually considered early warning voices. They are usually considered first responders, and more often than not, the women are the silent enforcers of discipline at home. At WISE, we therefore endear Kara and other duty bearers to take advantage and leverage the role of women as co-creators and drivers of community-driven interventions, such as the Usalama Mitaani Program. As I conclude, I wish to reiterate our commitment to walk this journey with you, Bwana Henry and your team, to build bridges and not silos for the sole purposes of safeguarding our neighborhoods and building safer communities at the coast region. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Women are also stepping forward on security issues. You would normally say if things go south, the biggest victims are women and children. So they will not sit back and say tunawachia wengine waangalie mambo ya usalama yetu. They are stepping forward to play a role, to take an active part, and that's why we have WISE in place, so that they can be able to streamline the participation and contribution of women on security issues. And we thank them for that. That's why we are keen on working with them, so that we can also, as Kara, be able to make sure that the place of women on issues of security is secured. So having listened to WISE, and I'm going to request our speakers, if possible, to just take 5 minutes to just highlight some of the things that they want to highlight about the topic of today, because the major part of this conversation is with the people. Nataka kusikiza watu. We want to hear what people have to say, because all of us here have an idea, all of us here have solutions, and we want to hear as many people as possible so that we can be able to enrich this discussion. So allow me to now invite, I told you we also want to bring on board the private security players, because they play a very, very critical role in this country. Those guards in our homes, those guards in our offices, those guards that we meet every day, they make a major, major contribution to issue of security in this country. And we must be able to see ways of working with them. So we have Bwana Alan Yego from the Protective Security Industry Association that brings together various private security players to talk about security issues and to talk about the welfare of their members, the private security players. So Bwana Yego, if you can step forward and just take 5 minutes just to tell us who you are and what you do and how you can work with other stakeholders security issues.
My name is Alan Yego. I'm here representing the PSIA, which is the Protective Security Industry Association, which is an umbrella body. It's a registered umbrella body for all the private security firms. The PSIA aims to uphold professionalism, regulatory compliance, and quality service standards across its members. And in regards to today's theme, the role of communities towards realization of sustainable security solutions for the coast region, and how best can we do this? For starters, by strengthening community security sector partnerships, whereby we can have a structured collaboration between the private security, the police, and the residents through joint patrols and safety security forums. Also, through empowering the residents through training, situational awareness, the fire safety and emergency response, and also the cyber and physical security basics. Also, we can leverage the technology for safer neighborhoods, whereby we can recommend community shared CCTV surveillances. Also, we can have panic alert apps linked to the responders. Also, we can engage the youths here, the youth engagement and local empowerment, whereby we support the youth through mentorships and sports programs. We can also offer internships and skills training in the private security. Also, by addressing the coastal specific threats, whereby we can have a multi-stakeholder response to radicalization and drug trafficking. We have the private sector investment in safety, whereby we can have the public and the private partnerships, initiatives for lighting, fencing, and surveillance. And as I conclude, communities are not just security beneficiaries, they are co-producers of safety. Together, through trust and collaboration, we can build a more secure and resilient coast region. Thank you.
And people, when I talk of 333, I'm seeing people looking at me with wondering, what is 333? Can someone tell me the 333? The teens pregnancy and domestic violence and HIV and AIDS and all the other diseases. So it's okay. So if we can address this, we can reduce the problem we have. If we don't address the issue of alcohol and drug abuse, we'll never, ever in our country experience security. And our economy, every time a person buys one bottle of alcohol or a cigarette, ama hii matawi ya busi, the mugoka, they buy poverty and they buy disease and they buy crime. If they are buying poverty, does it affect all of us? Yes. And if they are buying crime, the crime will be extended to who? And the violence? Yeah? It's to every one of us. Ni ukweli. So that's why we should come together, all of us, and address this. I want to talk about that number. Please, that number, you can report anybody who is selling bang, selling any drug, and also if you have somebody who is sick. Actually, we call them sick. Hao watu nyinyi mnaita mateja. And that's stigmatization. It's not a good name. Kuita mtu mateja. It's stigmatizing. That person needs treatment. And we have a rehabilitation in Akada. Actually, I'm the manager for Miritini Rehabilitation Treatment Center of Excellence at Miritini. You can bring them there. And female client, we treat them for free. Then male, we treat them for 55,000. And if you have SHA, it's free. If you have SHA, the SHA will pay for you. So you'll get it for free. So that number is very important to know for reporting and for today I will not look at the objective, but I want to ask you, and I can see most of you, or every one of us here has a digital phone. Inua tu simu yako tu juu. Inua simu yako tu juu. What have you done to that phone to make sure it's safe, it's protected? I know there are 3 things you have done or 4. Yeah? Screen protector, password, the cover. You can protect that and you're not protecting your child. Your child and the phone, what is important? What have you done to protect your children so that they don't use drug? Tell me, what have you done? In your home, you have put a metal door and a metal window so that you protect your TV and that. The TV and your son, what is important? Yeah? What have you done to protect your family so that they do not use drug? In Akada, we say prevention starts before conception. Because if you use an alcohol, like now I can look at you here, and everybody I can see is above 35, and tell you your dad was an alcoholic. Because your dad produced a deformed sperm, an alcoholic sperm, and your mother conceived what? Yeah? Kamlevi. So we can protect before conception. That's what we need to do, so that we protect the next generation. And so that, hatuna nini? Alcoholic people in our village, in our community, in that. So each and every one of us has a responsibility to protect. So can we educate our children? Can we talk about it? And can we prevent them by what we are eating, what we are drinking, what we are doing? Then we also prevent. If you look at the numbers that we have, this is the number that needs treatment in our country. We have about 66 rehabs in our country that are accredited by NACADA. How many, and if you get all of them, the number that they are what? The number that are in these rehabs is about 6,000 also. It can't go above 6,000 that we can treat in 1 year. How many years shall we need to do this, to treat these people? They will have died by the time because if we don't treat, and remember they are sick, what will happen? Some of them have river cirrhosis, cancers of the river. If they are not treated, they die. So what do we need to do? To establish community rehabilitation where all of us can come together and we help them and address those issues. They are the effects that we have in community that affects us. Today, why are Gen Z in Sabasaba and 25th, and now they have said Nane and Tisa and Kumi? What will happen? Why are they there? We are addressing poverty and unemployment. It's a new query. What can we do? What will happen when they are there? When they were there, Sabasaba, did they help to increase the number of people who are employed, or did they decrease? Is there people who are employed and they are not employed today? So what will happen? The poverty will continue. And remember this, I have told you when one person buys 1 bottle of alcohol, what else do they buy? Poverty. Yeah? How do they buy poverty? Just do a simple mathematics. If somebody buys cigarette, let's say 100, for 100 per day, how many days are there in a year? 365 times 100? That is 6,500. Yani mtu anachukua 36,000, anasichoma kiberiti, na anaweka ugonjwa kwa mwili, anaweka impotence, anaweka kansa ya liver na kansa zingine. What does that happen? Mr. Henry, do you know you have been paying for people to be treated who went and bought disease in a shop? Yani mtu aliingia tu kwa duka akasema, niusie ugonjwa, na niusie disability, na niusie umaskini, na ujinga na upubafu. Na wewe umekuwa ukilipa hizo vitu. Si unakatwa pesa ya SHA, na wewe unatumia insurance yako, and your premium goes up. Mkubwa unaniangalia na macho baya. Lakini wewe ukienda hapa barabara ugongwe na gari yako when you are driving na mlevi, what will happen next year to your insurance premium? Sinaenda juu. Na wewe uko umekunywa pombe, ni kugongwa uligongwa na mle, but insurance premium imeenda and you are paying. Huyo neighbor wako, mtoto wako akigojeka kansa ya liver kwa sababu ya pombe or smoking the lungs, utaambiwa kansa ilitokana na sigara ama na pombe, lakini nani atalipa bill? Sisi zote tuko hapa tumeshagia watu wakatibiwe. Umeiuliza hiyo kansa ilitoka wapi? Now that's how diseases hizi tunasema si HIV and AIDS peke yake, zote zinakuja. Mom, what are you doing? Because msichana yako, wewe unaona mtu anafuta bangi hapo karibu kwako na unanyamaza. Na akifuta bangi na akule mugoka akikula increases libido. Increase libido, they become very sexual. What do? They rape your daughter, ama they rape your cow, ama your chicken. Is that not true? That's what they do. Then akikula hiyo mugoka, hiyo matawi ya busi, hasira inaongezeka na ameoa your daughter. What happens to your daughter in that family? Huo usiku nani anachapwa? Domestic violence ina increase. Na wewe unaona, unanyamaza, unasema si mtoto wangu. But yataoa nani? What happens? All of us are affected. Na wewe kuna street west bear, kuna kitu wezi nunua mahali, I know you are buying it very expensive. Because we are sold cheaper, you cannot walk there. Because you are fearing those guys. Is it not true? Is that not poverty? Wakati una reinforce hiyo dirisha na hiyo mlango na hata hizo vitu zote tunafanya, is it not money we are using for things that we could have used for development and created employment? That's how the drugs is affecting the community and every one of us. And we don't have peace in our neighborhood. Because when they are using, when they are there, na kerere na nini, na hiyo kupigwa geta, all of us are affected. That's why we need to come together. We support NACADA. We work together. Like now in Miritini, we have outpatient. We are treating 250 who come there for mat clinic. They take drug, they go home. But some of them are homeless. How can we help them, even creating job for them, and allowing them even to wash our cars and to do other things that we can do? Hello? Are we together? There's many things that we can do so that we work together. So this is what we do. We do prevention. We are doing prevention as NACADA. Like now today what I'm doing here is prevention. And in prevention, you can invite us. If you're an employer and you have staff, even if they are 20, we will come and we do what we call universal treatment. That's prevention. We teach them. And it's free. We are not charging you anything. Then there is who call selected, a selected group, where maybe you know the people who are using, or a youth. You bring the youth together, even in your community. You can do that. I'm a member of CARA in Nairobi, in Nyayo Estate. And Nyayo Estate in Nairobi, they usually come together, and they bring youth together. I used to train them, because we bring them together. Then we would organize the parents, the fathers and mother. We train them. That's a selected group. Then we can do educated. Educated to know who and who is using. Can we bring them together and we train them? We do prevention. Those educated that cannot be prevented now because they are already in, we move them to treatment. We refer them to Miritini. We refer them to the rehabs that are available. And all what you need is to call that 1182. And Kenyans will have free things, don't we? 1182 is free. You don't need credit. You only need a power on your phone, Safaricom, ama hii Orange recharge sijui mnahitaji. So now we can do that treatment. Then we do maintenance. Community comes in here. How do we integrate these people to the community so that they can now feel, and we stop stigmatizing them, calling them mateja, calling them walefi, calling them those names, so that we show them we trust. When we have love, we can be able to bring them to change, and we can be able to do a better thing. One thing that we have to do is to remove the risk, and also to know, hello, what you are eating and drinking today will affect you tomorrow. Yeah? Whatever you are eating and drinking today will affect you tomorrow. I know there are some people here already wako na dawa kwa hivi beti. Especially nikishukua hawa mama, nishukua mama 10 hapa. 7 of them in their bags wako na dawa. Si ni ukweli? I want you to eat food when you are older. I'm 56 years old. By the way, nilisaliwa Sabasaba. Na by birthday this time iliharibiwa. Nilisaliwa Sabasaba. I'm 56 years old. Na simesi dawa hata moja. Niko sawa, I'm health. Because I eat to live health. And we need to teach our children that. And also we need that to do that, okay? Hello? We need to train them that and kuna picha nataka hapa kuwaonyesha ili nimalize sasa. Can you see this picture, everyone, wherever you are? These are aunties. Hawa ni aunties wote wako hapa. So where is the mother? And there is a son. And the son tunasema ndiye huyu prodigal son, huyu mwingine yako hapa. Benyi mtamuita mlevi. So these are aunties. So where is the mother and the son? And this, what do we call them? Beast. Let's see. Now I want to ask you a question. Did you hug your daughter or your son before they went to school or wherever they are? Can you see the love of the mother? So there's a support up there. All the aunties and uncles wako pale juu. But this is the mother. Na huyu ndiye mlevi. Huyu ndiye mlaibu. But you can see what the beast, you call them the beast. But by the way, have you ever seen a beast leaping or a beast doing some of the things we do? Our sons and daughters are doing. Eh? There. Now, look at that. Tukienda shiarede unapigia mtoto mesa. Unamshautia, una yell. Why are you doing this? Why have you letting me down? But can you see what a beast can do? Rescue a son, show love, express empathy, and they feel loved, and out of love, this son or daughter, do you think they will go out there? But wakasi tunawachase, we toka. You have destroyed my reputation. You have destroyed our family. Even when you're introducing those kukiwa na female, ama alusi, the person who used drug, they are not remembered, they are not counted, wametengwa nje. What do? Because of that torture, that psychological torture, that trauma, what do? They continue drinking. And soon they die. And what do? Ukinunua hiyo simu, ukiweka vitu, you are forced, even bedrooms, sasa hatuweki milango kama hii, tunaweka ya shuma. Kwa sababu wanafanya nini? Eh? Who do they start stealing from? Since the father and the mother. But if we are good fathers and mothers and we show them this love, they will change. That's why I'm calling you parents. Can we do what we call positive parenting and we help them and then they will be able to change? Hello? Nakada, we are committed. We are chorus in your mosque, chorus in your church, chorus in your community, chorus everywhere. We will come and we will help you, we will assist you for free. And any other time you have such a forum, please call us and we will be there. We will collaborate and we will support you. And thank you all of you and God bless you.
Action. Na mambo ya alcohol and drug abuse na security, Bwana Gashoka has demonstrated that very well, and we must be proactive in that regard. So we are coming towards the end of this session, ndio tufungue kiwanja wengine pia waonge. But before that, we have our two last speakers, now essentially from government. So I'm going to start with the representative of Coast Regional Police Commander, who is here with us. We are expecting Bwana Ali Nuno, but there is a sent representative, so atajitambulisha, and then he can speak to us on the subject of discussion today and how police and communities and private security providers and champions of alcohol and drug abuse can work together towards securing our neighborhood and our country. So karibu sana, Police Commander Representative.
Good morning, each and everyone. I'm Samuel Kobina, representing the regional commander. And you know we are your servants, so we are free to be here. And we feel appreciated for invitation. Security is our bedrock as long as we are alive, even in the jungle. They first of all put the security first. I don't know how many of you have been able to contextualize the wilderness security or the jungle security. Take example, the leopards, even the bats, the lions, the zebra, the buffaloes, the gazelles. I don't know how many of you have ever contextualized. Okay, assume they are just passing on the sun. Ordinarily, they will not face one direction. Am I right? And even when they are in danger, they will not run on one direction. Then the question begs, how do we handle our personal security? And then we cascade further. How do you handle your family security? How do you handle your business security? As we discuss such, we are looking at the burden of proof. Is it a challenge of the police or the challenge of the public? Yes, both, but you can quantify. Who carries a bigger ratio? Police majorly, or the government majorly, is to manage the issues. And criminologists say crime is committed by the society against the society. And it is the society who have the solution. Has that come from me or it has come from a duration? That is established facts. And Dr. Katembu is here, she can confirm to me. That theory is confirmed, is a factual. Crime is committed by the society. By the society. Against the society. But equivocably, you have been given power that the society has the solution. I'm a student of criminology across the level. And I'm also a student of forensics across the level. So as we are here, we are in the coastal region. Let us look at the demographics of the coast. Generally, coast is like in three parts. We have the Indian Ocean, the water mass. So you can look crime from that perspective. Across the issues of pollution, green crime, counterfeiting, fishing, what we call the transporter crime. And then we have urban city crime like Mombasa, with its own uniqueness. And then we have crime across the national parks, which is mostly issues affecting our trophies, our fauna and flora. Basically, we can talk of the poaching, even to the smallest species of very precious trees. There is the issue of minerals. We are not talking about the legal ones. The legal ones are the ones which have been licensed and they are practiced. So I think, to me, this is the right forum for us to discuss issues. Let each and every one of us take a role. What is the level of our public relations? Because the cutting point of security is communication. I'm speaking to the team, sustainable security solution. Am I right, Mr. Coordinator? Sustainable security solution, customized. customized to suit. So let us look at the language. Let us look at our communication spectrum. How do we communicate? Thank God we have our mothers, our wives, our daughters, and our sisters. There is this, Dr. Kademu, you will guide me, is it a theory or an hypothesis or just an idea? Ati mtoto akikataa kunyonya, anaitiwa nani? We nyonya kama unyonyi naita nani? You know, silence from the psychology is a confirmation. So you would better speak. I'm a student of psychology, so I can understand. So your silence is the killed aspect, which is the subconscious you. You know, the person we are seeing is only the ego, but the emotions, the psychic that goes through you. So the question is, let us now have it from a lady perspective. It has never come from the male gender. Where did this word come from? Usiponyonya, naita police. Usipokula, naita police. Usipolala, naita police. Kama utoki nje, naita police. Kama uende madaras, naita police. So munakula polisi yote imeisha imepaka sasa skeleton. So is that the right perspective that we the Gara want to go? Exactly. So we have to change our culture. Because those reinforcements you are making every day, you are actually embracing the broken window theory. Because mtoto, okay, allow me anatomically, because anatomically matiti iko hapa. Iko police area hii kweli? What is the next step approximate of a police officer? Is the one on the road. But isn't this area private? Chakula nyumbani munapokula, sini private. You know, for a family to be stable, there are layers of security. Tunapoweka chakula kwa meza, we are certain tutakula tumali, which is a private aspect. Sasa tunaita police, invite police ndani. Hiyo chakula itakuwa na ladha kweli? Ndio unakuta sasa inapikwa picha, inawekwa mtandao. Mtoto yangu anasema sisi leo hapa tunakula nyasi tu. That is the current generation. So the issue is, to me, that is where we began going wrong. Ati mtoto ila kuenda shule anapelekwa police. So ukiniangalia hapa, do I look like from a product of a dumping zone? Yeah, I've been in the police security for the last 34 years. And I'm finishing my PhD from Kenyatta University. So do I look like a product of the West? No. Does my English look? No. Then so what? Each and every institution, we have equal shares of our products and our problem. Me, I would pray, and I want the chair to agree with me, that you be the transformed agent. Unapo check out your mlango, please don't use those words scaringly, because you are scaring everybody. Hata wewe ukipewa wrong change, naita police. Kama matatu iende haraka mbio, naita police. Kama itasimama kwa stage yako, naita police. Don't you think you are the police yourself? Who is the best policing attribute? Where does the best policing attributes come from? It should be inherent. It should be coming from you. Because about the law is managing the wrongdoings of the society. And that's why the law is repealed and it is amended to reflect contemporary issues. Because yesterday we never had a Gen Z issue. We never had even these maritime crimes. We had sufficient resources, and even if they were stolen, it was not an interest. But nowadays, touch our blue economy, and you will be inviting us in full force, because we have realized now those are resources. Those are resources that it requires our protection. This is our heritage. The wildlife, this is our heritage. The roads. Saa ile mtu anatoa tairi kwako anakuja kuchoma kwa barabara, ni pesa ya nani inachoma? So huyu mtu anakuletea umaskini kwako kwa mlango, na wewe unashangilia. What is your civic role consciously, knowing that we are a religious country? Are we religious? Yes. Are we the doers of the religion? Yes. It is individual. Issues of religion is individual. But collectively, it binds us together. We live civilized people. We live people with sympathy, people with empathy, people with the energy that we are able to see tomorrow. We are able to see our 50 years. We are able to see our 100 years. We should be people who are promising with the energy that we can stand tall. Where did the energy disappear to that we use to arrest a suspect and take physically to the police station? Why have we changed? Why are we embracing mob justice? What for? Can you quantify that this is the criminal? And Dr. Katembo can tell me, what is the relationship between mob justice and the rule of law? Is it an hypothesis that we can uphold or we have to recheck? I think to me, from where I stand, we reject that hypo, because there is no relationship. We have killed many innocent people, especially among the criminals themselves. They use the mob injustice to clear innocent people. And then another part we play, the labeling theory. The labeling theory. Where do you stand when you are labeling others? Are you standing from a Cortes point of view? Or you are standing from a point of ignorance? Kenyans, let us embrace the law. We have the law in two layers. We have a county law, and then we have the national laws. If something is affecting the county level, let us say like Mombasa, let us have the MCAs move with the speed, bring laws which are reflective of the needs. It can be cascaded to a national level. We need each other in this country. Come rain, come sunshine. We need each other. We have to love each other. We have to travel together. Institutions come and go. Individuals come and go. But the society remains our foundation. That is our heritage. I want to give you a challenge. I know none of us will go to heaven with these suits. The question is, as you travel to heaven, how would you want to see your community 100 years to come if you were to fall back, if there was a fallback phenomenon? How would you want to see your children, your grandchildren, the big house that you are now building, you have mortgaged, the big plot that you are now going for it, you are taking a loan, how would you want it to appear 100 years from now? That is the word that ought to come from you. You are a leader in your own right. Let us support all government institutions equally without discrimination. Because we put those institutions in place. And they are not accidentally there. They are there intentionally to serve you. They are there intentionally to serve you. It is for the comfort of us all. Mimi leo niko pale, kesho naondoka. Kesho mimi niko Gara, ni raia mwema. Naichenga taifa. Na sitaki mtu ananipiga mawe. Kwa hivyo unipige mawe tukiwa hapa. Live tukionana hapa unipige mawe. Niweze kurekebisha. To support wale polisi wako nje. Kiangalie vile wanafanya. We can't do without institutions. We can't do without the county inspectorate. We can't do without the county treasury. We can't do without the Ministry of Health. We can't do without trade. We can't do without the private security. We can't do without the associations of women. And therefore, there is enough space for us all. So occupy your space rightfully. And it shall be well. Because each and every attribute that either you degree by what you imagine or you enforced it as a consequence. Each and every choice we make us. So even you making a choice to come here, mpaka tukufanyie panel beating proper. Ukitoka hapa kwa hiyo gate, umeslim, you are actually a changeable person. So let us also learn. Let us have a learning attitude. And let us also put things correctly. Kama kuna mahali imekosewa, put it. But the question is, where does the drugs come from? Imetoka kwa polisi? Bangi inatoka kwa polisi? Kibiriti inatoka kwa polisi? Petrol inatoka kwa polisi? So then, who is supplying these things? Where is the chain? Why can't you injure the chain at the right place of supply? Hii dawa ya kulevya inatoka wapi? Sisi polisi hatubandi. Sisi kazi yetu ni kushika. Tukipata intelligence, which is a management component, we act. And for the ones that we have not acted correctly, nobody will carry the day. We are all of us. None of us is above the law. So because I don't want to present a lecture, but a discussion. Allow me also to sit and then listen, but rationally bring the questions that goes into building the society. We want to mold the society, and the change begins here. I want to give you my number. I only have one number, so if you write it wrongly, blame yourself. Tomorrow, learn to be a good student. Yeah, you know Kenyans, we like blaming. What we call a crying baby phenomena. It should stop. We are able to these tasks. Mimi nikikosea na kosea kama individual. I'll carry my cross. 0722 263 635. I've been in coast long enough to learn you are good people. We only want to manage communication. What type of communication is this? Is it chung to the field? What communication is our children consuming? What communication is our grandparents consuming? And you are as good as what you consume intellectually. So let us stand firm, hold our country. We are not going to go anywhere. This country is very beautiful, and you may not get another one. A land of people who are loving, hardworking, joyful, supporting, hospitable. They hit their own sweat, the way the Bible says. Wakenya ni watu wanakula jasho yao. Mbali na watu wachache tu. Lakini hao wachache sisi tuko na dawa kama jamii. Tukisimama na tuseme we rekebisha, tunarekebisha. We are becoming also more selfish. We are occupying the selfish space bigger than any other space. Please, can we diminish that space and occupy our African social space. Hata nyinyi mmekaa hapa, hata mjasema hata hai, kila mtu amekaa. Macho kafu. Sasa malize tuondoke. Sasa malize tulipwe. Sasa malize. Hata uja arrive, already we close the meeting. Please relax. Wacha pressure. Wacha pressure. Wacha pressure. Hii ni opportunity Mungu ameitengeneza na leo tumekutana. Hiyo ya ofisi waje wengine wafanye. Hiyo ya nyumba waje wengine wafanye. Hiyo biashara waje wengine wafanye. Mungu anajua. It is intention of the majesty powers that leo tutakaa hapa kufurahi. Tubadilishane mawazo. Munaonaje? Si tunaweza kubadilisha hii mambo? Yes. Your small input, my small input will make a chain of change. Let us change from the mind, positive attitude. Let us avoid labeling theory. Huyo ni kabila fulani, huyo ni mkosa dini, huyo ni mkafiri. Wewe, as you dictate such, where do you stand? Do you have the authority? Let us not overcharge each other. And appreciate each other. Like your deskmate amekuja hapo. Ukianguka hapo your mother atafika hapa akupeleka hospitali. So can you say hi to your deskmate? Left, right, center. High five. Hey, high five. High five again. Hebu na tusimame. Kwani hiyo kiketi yuko na sindano? Tusimame. Aya, peana I5 ya kilo. Aya. Kota tano. Kotea tano. Aya, ile inabaki, we mwenye ujitunge tu hivi. Amani tu iweko tu. Jitunge hiyo tano ukiketi. Jitunge hiyo tano. Mungu ni Mungu. Mungu tu anijalia ama. Si metosha. Kuna muda hakuna maswali na mimi. Hakuna maswali hata nimemaliza. I can even be allowed to go and serve others. Office yetu iko hapa Mama Ngina tribe. That is the regional office. I'm in charge of the operations for the entire 6 counties of Coast Region. That is a job I love. That is the job I enjoy.
Kupata jina.
Oh, okay. So, sawa. Nawapatia jina. My name's as Mr. Samuel Kobina, Commissioner of Police. Yeah, I work at the regional police headquarters, comprising all the other services, the APS, the DCI, and the Blue. So mukiona watu yetu pale tafadhali rekebisha, muwapende, muwasupport. They will give you a good job.
I think if there's anything we'll achieve from this meeting is that uko na namba ya Bwana Kobina. Na amesema yeye ndio director wa nini? Operations. So anytime there's an issue, you know who to call and know where to go. And he's here with us. I don't want to talk much about what he has said. Ameguzia vitu mingi, very good things. He has challenged us, and we definitely will take up that challenge, and we'll engage him during the plenary. So allow me to have one last remark before we open the floor from the representative of Regional Commissioner, Ms. Rhoda Onyancha. We have Bwana Mbogo Mathioya here, who is representing the commissioner. So Bwana Mathioya, just come and give some brief remarks. I hope it will not be as long as the commissioner here, though he said very good things, but just briefly so that we can now go to the plenary. Karibu sana Bwana Mathioya.
Habari zenu. Vile umesikia naitwa Mbogo Mathioya. Mbogo Mathioya ni mdogo wa Regional Commissioner, Madam Rhoda Onyancha, ambaye saizi leo angeweza kuwa na sisi juu alikuwa Tana River jana, wala pengine kama kuna mtu ameitwa huko mbalimbali. Kulikuwa na sherehe kubwa sana ya kuweka a new district inaitwa Tarasa sub county. Naomba kwa heshima tu nipatie nafasi niweze kupitia hii ujumbe ya madam. kutoka hapo vile tumeambia tutakuwa na nafasi ya kuulizana maswali mingi. Si hivi namna hiyo? So bahati mbaya nimeandikwa kwa lugha ya Kimombo, kwa hivyo mtaniwia radhi kidogo. So the role of communities towards the realization of sustainable security in the Kenyan Coast region, remarks by the Regional Commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, all protocols observed. It is my honor to address you today on the critical role that communities play in the realization of their sustainable security in the coast region of Kenya. First of all, I wish to commend Kara for launching the Usalama Mitaani Program, an initiative that places residents at the center of security discourse. This is a bold and a progressive step towards capacitating resident associations to actively engage in matters of safety and security. It is my honor to address you today on the critical role that communities play in the region of sustainable security in the coast region of Kenya. First of all, I wish to commend Kara. I'm already through with that one. Security is not solely the mandate of law enforcement agencies. It is a shared responsibility that begins with the people in the coast region, that is a home to vibrant cultures, diverse communities, and key national economic assets such as ports, beaches, tourism infrastructure, security. Then on that issues of tourism, security must be rooted in inclusivity, trust, and collaboration between government and wananchi. I will start with the first one, the power of community involvement. Security begins at home, in our estates and in our neighborhoods. Organized communities are our first line of defense against crime, radicalization, and social unrest. When associations take charge by promoting civic responsibility, participating in Nyumba Kumi clusters, and partnering with local administration, they help convert passive residents into active stakeholders in public safety. In line with this, community policing, as provided for in the National Police Service Act 2011, enables local communities to partner with the police in identifying and addressing security concerns. This strategy has become central to policing efforts in the coastal region, yielding significant benefits in promoting trust, reducing crime, and enhancing response times. Through Nyumba Kumi initiatives, residents have continued to work closely with the local leaders and security officers, ensuring information is shared swiftly and appropriately. That is. Such grassroots level of vigilance has prevented countless incidents and remains one of our most effective tools for ensuring security. Two, the role of NGAOs. Our national government in administrative officers, commonly referred to as NGAO, from the office of the regional commissioner to assistant chiefs, serve as a vital bridge between the government and the people. They are embedded in the community, understand local dynamics, and are key in mobilizing citizens towards a common goal of peace and security. NGAOs conduct public barazas, spearhead counter-radicalization campaigns, coordinate disaster response, and oversee multi-agency operations that ensure order and stability. Their integration within the community allows for real-time feedback, conflict resolution, and the creation of tailored security responses based on the unique needs of every administrative unit. Secure society is one where every citizen feels valued and has a stake in the nation's progress. Community resilience built through education, trust in institutions, and economic opportunity is our strongest bulwark against violence and crime. Three, multi-agency and whole of society approach. Sustainable security can only be achieved when all stakeholders work together, that is government agencies, civil society, religious leaders, the private sector, and the community-based organizations. This on regular consultative forums, joint patrols, peace committees, and the radicalization programs have shown tangible success in improving coordination and responsiveness. Number 4, a call for action. I urge all residents of the Coast region to take ownership of the security agenda. Let us speak up when we see something wrong, engage in lawful means of conflict resolution, and support our local administration in maintaining order. Security is not an event, it is a continuous collective journey. In conclusion, the journey towards sustainable security begins with empowerment or empowered and informed communities. As the government, we remain committed to fostering trust, providing platforms for dialogue, and ensuring that the voices of all citizens are heard, that is. Together, we can make the Coast region a beacon of peace, resilience, and prosperity. Thank you so very much.
Commissioner, and of course, she has challenged us to take ownership of security for this region, and we certainly are happy to do that, because that's why we're here today, to see how we can work together on issue of security. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from our guest speakers, umesikia what their respective perspectives are, and certainly I think one thing that is common that we've all agreed on is that security is everybody's responsibility. We all must take that challenge and do what we can in our respective ways. Before I open the floor, I just wanted to ask, is there anybody here from Old Town, Resident Association? Old Town? I can see somebody there. Yeah. So why I'm asking that is because I know about a month or two ago, we lost one of our very strong supporter, chairman of Old Town Resident Association, Bwana Abdallah, who has been part and parcel of this conversation. I think he's always attended all the forums that we've had here. So we just wanted to pass our condolences to Old Town Resident Associations, and know that we are with you, you are in our prayer. I thought we need to recognize that, because Bwana Abdallah has been part of us in many ways, and we appreciate that kind of support. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us now have a few minutes of conversation or discussion. And like we say, if you have a question, you say who the question directed to, and tafadhali make it as brief as possible and precise, because we want to give as many as possible an opportunity to ask a question. I don't know if there's a microphone that is that we can use. A roaming microphone. We have. Okay. So we are going to take a few questions or a few insights or ideas, because we know that many of you might have questions, but we want to make it speech just direct to the point. A minute each for everyone. Tafadhali.
Good morning, all of you. My name is James Kinara Orosamani. Mimi natoka Utani, na maswali ambayo nitaelekeza kwa anayesimamia kikosi cha polisi na anayesimamia utawala wa mkoa. Swali langu ni kwamba sisi wananchi tunapata shida, na shida hii kuna some police officers wanaignore court order, mambo ya mashamba. Mimi na shamba langu 5 acres Utani, opposite Coast General Hospital, New Coast General Hospital Utani, 55 acres. Nilikuwa na intention ya kuleta Chinese kujenga export processing zone, viwanda vya kisasa ambao vingehajiri wananchi 5,500. Kuna court order katika Kiembeni Police Station. OCS alikuwepo kwanza, demolition order ilipotolewa na county government walibomoa 2020 wakati wa COVID mpaka 2022. Lakini akaja OCS anaitwa Chief Inspector Hassan Mbole. Ana court order, lakini anawacha walanguzi, watapeli, wanyakuzi wa mashamba wanajenga bila idhini yoyote ya county, NEMA, National Construction Authority. Ukimwelezea vipi Nasema sisi tumezoea hii makaratasi ya justice na ikiuni. Surely and yet you are serving the public. Una court order ambayo iko valid. Akaja mwingine akatolewa na baada ya wananchi kulalamika unyakuzi wa mashamba. Sasa unakuta huyu OCS na deputy wake ni land grabber, ni madalali, yani broker. Anakatiwa, ukituma mtu wa chachi nenda ununue nini? Nenda ununue shamba pale. Tuambia pale tunakatia OCS, pale OCPD Kisauni, hapa assistant commissioner Kisauni. Sure, mwapelekea makaratasi halali ya kuonyesha wewe ndio mwenye shamba unalipa ushuru, kila kitu mpaka search certificate, clearance certificate, lakini wanakaidi. Wanapipio. Mimi naomba hii Kiembeni police station, maripoti za intelligence zinakuja kwenu, lakini zingine sijui kama mnakanyagia. Hivi karibuni utaona kimezuka huko, na kikizuka mtu wa kulaumiwa kwanza leo unasimamia province. Hii wanataka kupanga mambo kama ya land clashes. Iko, mimi nakwambia ukweli. Kwa sababu kama wewe ni public officer na hii ofisi unatakana utoe huduma, lakini unatumia ile ofisi kuhujumu wananchi. Bwana David PC, mimi nakuomba county commissioner wa Kisauni muongelesha. PPO bwana OCPD muongeleshe bwana Mtungi. Hii imekuwa ni too much. Shamba inajengwa go down without county approval.
Sawa. Jizo.
Nakuta unawaelezea.
Sir, I think wamesikia. I think that's a very important issue, very critical. So what I suggest, because that looks very, very personal, you must be having some information. So tafadhali wako hapa, you can be able to give them more information. But what I respond, but I suggest wafuate after hii mkutano, wapatie as much information as possible, alafu wafuatilie.
Utawafuata Sunday, na hii shamba nataka bwana David PC, nataka kusarenda kwa government. Kama mna mradi wa serikali mchukue, kwa sababu hawa wanachukua wakisema mheshimiwa rais ameleta pesa, sasa wanajiita squatter. Hawa sio squatter, ni land grabber. Wewe umeingia shamba mtu 2020 unasema umekaa kwa shamba 60 years na umri wako ukiangalia ni 25 years. Ndio ndio ya criminal too.
Mine is just a comment yangu nikisema na asante kwa kuwepo kwa mkutano mzuri. Na swala langu ni kwamba usalama Kenya umekuwa swala nyeti. Wacha niongee Kiswahili kizuri kujua. Usalama umekuwa shida kubwa kwa wakubwa na wadogo, maskini na matajiri. Viongozi wa serikali hakuna usalama, wana siasa hakuna usalama. Yangu ningependa kuuliza ni nani mwanzilishi wa hii shida, maana hakukuwa nayo kwa miaka imepita. Kama miaka 30 imepita au miaka 50, Kenya has not been like that. Kwangu ninaona kwamba watu wamekosa kitu inaitwa heshima na utiifu. Nikiwa kiongozi wa dini, ukisoma Roma chapter 13 verse 1-6 inaongea juu ya kutii na kuheshimu mamlaka. Shida ni kwamba watu tuliochagua wakaenda bungeni, badala wao wenyewe ndio ambao hawatii kwanza, wao wenyewe hawana heshima kwanza. Na katika hii swala la usalama, mungetuitia wanasiasa hapa na viongozi wa ngazi ya juu serikali, tukawaambia ukweli. Kwa sababu gani? Huyu mtoto hana kazi, wananiita jinsi. Huyu mtoto hana elimu ya kutosha, na huyu mtoto ametoa pesa wapi ya kukimbia barabarani? Hana kazi, hana nyumba ya kulala, ni maskini haya. Je, anatoa pesa wapi? Ni nani anatoa hizo pesa? Last time tarehe 7 hapo watu tuanze tarehe 25 mwezi wa 6 walikuwa wanapewa 3,000 pale karibu na hospitali saa 11 asubuhi. Na mtoto anakimbia barabarani na anakuja ya 3,000. Hii shida ni kwamba hawaheshimu wale watu mlichagua, hawatupatii mwelekeo mzuri na mfano mwema, hawaheshimu mamlaka, hawatii mamlaka. Ukienda Ezra chapter 7 verse 26 inasema asiyetii mamlaka, asiyetii mfalme, asiyetii bosi wake anastahili kufungwa. Soma pale utajionea. Sasa tunaomba tupewe hao wanasiasa, hao ndio wanapoleta shida.
Haya,
waletwe watuambie, maana wao ndio chanzo cha insecurity in this country, na zile pesa wanachezea ni zile tunakatwa ushuru. Kiongozi wa serikali ulio mahali hapa, kwa niaba ya hao watu, na kama mtaki niongee kwa niaba yenu, mseme nenda utuletee hata huyo rais, nenda utuletee hao wakuu wa opposition, nenda utuletee. Tumechoka watoto kufa, tumechoka biashara kuchoma, tumechoka hao watoto tuko nao, baada ya kupata 3,000 wakikula wanarudi mtaani kwa shida.
asante.
Something towards the politics those are here. This is actually, it is a good thing the Kara people have brought us together here. And I want to say this: peace is very important thing. Well, peace and security. Then those people who are here, if we go with a war of peace and security where we are, our country, Kenya, will be in peace, and the security will be there. Even the work of the police will be less. We are giving the policemen a lot of work. On the 7th day, I was looking at the media, and I cried myself. By the way, my name is Bishop Simon Muteti. And I cried in my home, seeing children moving in the street, and the young says water in the book of Colossians and the Ephesians. Treat a child the way he should go, and when he is gone, he will never leave back. And let them put in their heart and move with us. In our country, with all of us in the churches, the mosques, in the Hindu places, all over, we talk about peace, and the peace will be there. If we say we talk about peace, peace will be there. If we talk about the security will be there. Be friendly to your neighbor who is next to you. Don't be an enemy. That is all the thing bring about problems in our country. And if all of us we talk about peace, peace will be there. I want to talk about the 4 things that I see now.
Please briefly.
Yes, I want to. There are 4 things I want to talk about. The free radicals. The free radicals brings a lot of problems to the people. What are they? Alcohol, coca, and other things, secrets, and environmental pollutants. Because of smoking and that, people are getting sick. I trained as a health person for quite long. About the anthropology, I learned quite long. Way back when I was in the class when I got to anthropology. And I want to tell you this. I predicted from my prediction that in 2013 class, 2030 there will be a lot of chief people, there will be a lot of the birth rate to be low. Don't ask me. You can also find me that I'll give you the resource. The supporting resource for this. Because of these free radicals, people are taking. Let me stop the have a lot to talk, but let me reach there. May the Lord be with you. Good
morning. Mine is not a question. I want to contribute something that will help us. Kara, for the first time, I'm enjoying your session because this is something that touches the real core of our country. I think what we don't want to address is the real problem that we have in Mombasa, or cost. Shida number one is parenting. We have failed in parenting. We always hear people saying, watoto wa siku hizi, si ndio? Ni nani anaitwa siku hizi? Is there anybody called siku hizi? Nobody. You end up with a mad or useless person kwako nyumbani. So let us start somewhere. Can you, Kara, Nakada, let's come together and bring sanity to our society. We need to bring sanity to our families. Number one, if you don't have a family that has rules to govern it, how will you bring up a family? A family is like a government. A family is like a farm. There must be laws. There must be rules which must be observed to have a sensible family. We don't have that. So failed parenting is the contributing factor to all this madness. I'm affected because me, I was brought up. I'm 77, but I was brought up. I have tried to bring up my children. There is no shortcut. A child, you start shaping maisha yake akiwa miaka mitatu. If you give commands to your 3-year-old child, by that time they should be able to take commands. If you give them command and they are throwing tantrums, you know you are in trouble. By the time they get 10 years, you cannot control them. So let us come together. I'm willing. I'm a trained, effective parenting person. I'm willing to do it for free. If you call me, I'll come. Let us partner and help this society. We have a problem, a serious problem. So, what we are in cost, we live in Nairobi. Most of the criminals in Mombasa are juveniles, by the way. They're just children. They don't even have IDs. What went wrong? They should be in school. Watoto hapa hawasomi. Our national government, our county government, ukitembea hapa mchana unapata vitoto who should be in school. They are not in school. So what are we looking at? A failed system, a failed society. So we cannot bring this to an end unless we come together and change this. But when we put our heads under the sun, and the fire is coming, itatuchoma. Watoto wengi Mombasa hawaendi masomo. I'm a village, so I'm on the ground. I know what I'm talking about. Watoto hawaendi shule. So, those official people who are here, those who are in position, the police not much. I wouldn't blame you because I know we had approved schools which dealt with children who are impossible. I don't know why somebody thought it was useless wakaitoa. There are no approved schools in Kenya, by the way. So these children who are of school age and are not going to school, what is going to be done to them? To reshape them, to rebuild them. That is where now, at least next meeting you make, please, make sure you include something that will bring us together to help these children. We want children to go to school. We want children to be controlled. Parents have left children on their own.
My name is Mercy. I work with Geneva Health Insurance. So nilikuwa nataka niulize swali, what about nyumba 10? Ameongea kuhusu nyumba 10 na tumekuja kugundua kwamba nyumba 10 wanachaguliwa lakini hawafanyi ile kazi wanapaswa kufanya. Because wale vijana wanatuibia, they are together with nyumba 10, they are together with huyu mzee wa mtaa. So ukijua kitu, ukienda kwa mama 10 na mzee wa mtaa, wanakuambia nenda polisi. Ukienda polisi, kwa polisi wanakuambia andika obstruct, tuonyeshe ni nani amechukua. Na kabla upeleke polisi huko kwa hao vijana, kwanza lazima utoe pesa. Ili wanasema hatuwezi enda bila pesa. So you must give the money. Na ukienda ukisema kwamba hao vijana, I know them, mimi nilibiwa vitu, and I know them when you are nilibia. But even the neighbors who approve kwamba they know hao vijana ndio wameiba, wanaogopa polisi. Because when you talk to police, wanaambia wale vijana masi ya anakushtaki. So we have no security hapo mahali tuko. Tunajua vitu, but we know these are the guys that wamesteal these things. But going to police, tukienda tunaambiwa toa pesa. Karibu 10,000, 20,000. So that they be able to take those boys. Now vijana wakichukuliwa, mama 10 mzee wa mtaa moja wanatolewa. Wakikuja pale mimi nakuwa kwa shida. So inakuwa kwamba the security, vile mama amesema, hata kama kuna watoto wamekuzwa vibaya, sawa, wamekuzwa, what is the solution? Maana tayari wameharibika. The solution ni kwamba nyumba kumi, mzee wa mtaa, hata wale unasikia wako pale, wako pamoja na wao vijana, mtatusaidia.
Asante.
Nataka kusema kuna watu waliuliza kwa nini hatupeleke ripoti polisi. Because there is a mistrust in the police. Tukiwaletea ripoti tukikwambia fulani anafanya hivi, anajua haje ni mimi nilikuambia. Kama si wewe unaenda kumwambia nilikuambia. There is serious mistrust of police. Kitu cha pili ninachosema ni mambo ya madawa ya kulevya. Mimi najua kabisa na mkubwa unaweza kuwa ujui, lakini wadogo wako wanajua mahali bangi inauzwa, wanajua mahali tanari inauzwa, wanajua mahali hao mabaya yanafanyika. Na ni ukweli, mimi sijali kitakachotokea, maana hata wengine wanaweza kuwa na anje ni wao hapa. Enda ukasikize bila watasema mkuje mtuambie. Lakini tunashangaa kuona magari yetu ya serikali na hao wana polisi wakiwa na uniform na bunduki na pingu wakipitia huko kurokota pesa na wanaacha mabaya yakiendelea. Jambo lingine,
malizia tafadhali.
Ninapomalizia ninataka kusema hivi, tuna shida sana. Tunasema tumalize bangi. What will happen? Yule askari angegomesha bangi na pombe is a customer. What shall we do? Finally, nataka niombe kanisa. Wakati kanisa ilikuwa kanisa bila kutaka mambo mengi, serikali ilikujia ushauri kwa kanisa. Lakini saa hii kanisa imekuwa ni ya ukabila na ndio yenye shida. When the solver of the problem is the problem, who will solve the problem? Finally, nataka niombe hivi enyi wakubwa, tafadhali wana security, tutoe umbloka kwa security. Mambo ya blockers kwa security, unaona blogger anapost mambo ya security. Let us do away with the jokes with the security. We are every year our tax is given billions to security. We want to see that man at work. Nataka kuona tuko salama, tumelindwa, tunalala vizuri. Basi na mfanye hivyo, Mungu atubariki.
Sawa.
Mema. Alafu mwisho tafadhali mlinde, naona aipoa. Mimi naona aipoa ya kutetea raia, ya kudhulumu askari ya maana hivi na hivi. Lakini naomba basi situweke hii poa nayo ya kutetea askari akiumizwa na raia akiwa kazini.
Sawa.
Nawaambia ukweli, askari wa Kenya watakuwa wengi mbinguni. Kama unaweza chukua mawe mgonge akiwa na bunduki na akimbia. Wallahi mimi nimeokoka, lakini hiyo Mungu ananisaidia. Hiyo Mungu alinisaidia siku askari.
We lost one of our legislative parliament. Na alipokufa kulinuka ya kwamba one of our these people to vote for in kubuka bunge wanagunsa ambapo wanawalinda. Na hatujasikia as a government ya kwamba mumeweka bunge moja kwamba mumpeleke kotini au wagunsi wajue, because wakienda mahali anakuja wale gunsi wako wanapiga watu. Gunsi wakipelekwa kwa polisi wamekuwa registered, unasikia wamerudi mtaani wanazunguka. Nao watu mnawapatia security nyinyi, na hizi security wao wameungana na gunsi. Na as a PO na maybe huyu regional whatever amjawaleta. Sasa unapata kwamba hao watoto, nimeweka mtoto wangu hapa na ameitwa na one of the mtu mimi nilipigia kura, amempatia pesa. Kesho umesikia ametiwa ndani, nilipewa pesa na fulani nikapiga watu usiku kweli. Then unanilaumu kama mzazi silei watoto wangu, na kumbe root cause ya mtoto wangu kupotea ni mtu niliyompigia kura. Alafu unakuja kujiambia security anze kwa community, na huyo mtu angeleta peace in the community ndio root cause ya kugawanya pesa na kuchafua community. Asante. Thank you. Can you come up now identify these people na tuone as a community ya kwamba hao watu ndio wameanza ku reinforce security ndio irudi kwa grassroots.
Thank you very much.
My name is Penina Odada and just want to contribute on this issue of security. Mainly, I want to touch on the police. I can say that primary duty of the police is to provide security and to uphold law and order. And for a long time, many people held policemen in high esteem, just like the teachers. But there's something which went wrong. Unfortunately, the respect has been eroded in many areas due to misconducts that we are experiencing, incident of arrogance. And when you see even in the social media, people are comparing the police of Kenya, police of the other countries of America, how they handle people. So I think there is something that we need to do. The bribe, it is now like a usual thing. They take the bribe, and that is a source of insecurity. Bribe is everywhere. They take even bribe in the tuk-tuk things. So it is something which is so disheartening, and it has eroded the trust. And I can only say that the best thing, that we need some reform. We need some reform in the police so that they can be accountable in each and everything that they do. And I think by that, it will start the security issue. The security involves each one of us, every one of us. It is me and every one of us. But when this sector is set to enforce it, and they are not doing the right thing, that is where everything goes wrong. We misbehave, we give the bribe, and things just go wrong like that. And I pray that let the reform to take place, even for our children. Let me say, even for those ones who are on the street, they need to take the responsibility for even our children who are on the street. The young ones, they are giving birth on the street. They are not going to school. Let them be held, take to a place so that they can have an education.
Just a few reactions. I don't know how we can respond towards, we have cases, unresolved cases of injustices in the court corridors, and corruption has come over the cases that we have, where could we have some response about this, because some people from the court, if they cannot get the justice, will resolve into crime. Number two is about the religious divides. It is clear that at the coast, the Mombasa County where we are, there are major religions like Muslims and Christians. We have had debates and divisions and different standings. Something should be done about this. Third is about we have insecurities even in the setup and the planning of our cities. The other day we are experiencing children have sunk into a pit that is not properly done. I don't know who is responsible for such things so that we may have total safety. Finally, I would beg through CARA and the relevant organizations, if we will be having forums like this, and majorly for the response. We have these things occur. Some of us take response, like some place has been robbed, things have happened like fire and the rest of the things. Many people in the society don't know the response, the area to go, which direction to move. So it is helter-skelter, too much insecurity when there is a problem. Thank you so much.
Ours kwa jina ni Reverend Melchizedek ya Nyumba from Likoni. Mimi swali langu ni moja ambapo nalilia nchi yangu. Na namshukuru Mungu Pipe iko hapa na regional commander iko hapa. Ambapo kutoka kwa mkuu wa mkoa unaenda kwa regional commander. Kusema kweli nalilia nchi yangu, maana kina mahali tunaenda nchi tunaipoteza. Na tuwezi kuipoteza kwa ajili ya watu wengine wako kule mbele wanakula vizuri huku sisi tupoteze nchi. wameshajiwekea passport, wameweka ndege tayari, warudi waende. Hatujui 2027 itakuwaje. Ninasema hivi, region commander huko hapa, mkuu wa polisi, ninataka saa hii kitengo tufanyike. Kwanza dawa za kulevya mitaani. Hatuna vijana Mombasa. Na kada wako wapi hapa na kada? Wanasema napambana na dawa za kulevya. Wako hapa. Nimekuwa mtongo mpaka sasa naitwa baba. Hakuna kitu kinafanyika. Dawa zinauzwa kama vile mtu amefungua kibanda. Dawa zinauzwa kama vile umefanya hivyo. Niliongea siku moja namna hiyo, nikaandika message, nikaambiwa Reverend Alexander, nataka kuendelea kuhubiri ama nataka kuhubiri. Nitaongea, sasa nataka niongee. Na pia tutapata namba simu, kama mnihitaji nitakuja kwenu. Nasema hivi, tuangalie, je, watoto wetu watapona vipi? Ya pili, tuangalie nchi mahali inaenda itakuwa vipi. Ama mnangoja 2027 imekaribia uchaguzi ndio tuanze kuona mashinani chifu anapelekwa raba, na sasa chifu na wazee wa mtaa waweke baraza. Kama tutaweka baraza saa hii nchi ni kidogo. Angalia nchi yetu, tunasema ni mji mkuu wa Kenya unapokuwa saa hii umechomeka. Kwa nini? Viongozi wanaangalia matumbo zao, wanaangalia maisha yao. Tunategemea bunge, wabunge wenyewe ndio wametuaga, wametuweka. Tukiongea eti kichwa changu kikapatikana Mpapa, ndugu yangu kikapatikana Lugaluga, angele sore. Nitaongea nchi yetu. Bwana, naomba hivi, nashukuru umetuleta hapa. Hapa tuko hapa wachungaji zaidi hata 50 tuko hapa. Lakini tunataka kujua, je, tutakuwa wapi 2027? Tunalilia hapo. Kama imeanza hivi, sasa tunajua ilikuwa ni kushuti, sasa ni kuvunja mguu. Tukishakuja miguu, vyote tutapatikana 1000. Tutakuja tena kwa sasa kushuti mikono. Je, suluhisho gani? Tunataka kujua. Region Police Commander na Region Commander wa Mombasa, je, tutafanya vipi? Ita baraza tumana huko, angalia kila kitongoji, tuanze kunyamazisha vijana. Vijana wenyewe hawana kazi, wako hoyo. Miradi hii imewekwa, utasema ni kibanda mboga. Kibanda mboga, kumaliza vijana wetu. Nataka tujue tutafanya vipi. Dawa za kulevya, jamani, nalia dawa za kulevya nalia nchi inaelekea wapi? Sasa umepita hapa kuongea vidonda cha taifa letu. So naomba hivi, tuangalie tutafanyaje dawa za kulevya na vijana wetu watakuwa vipi. Maana watu tunaenda kile vizuri. Kabla tutoka hapa tupate suluhisho. Thank you so much. Kama vile polisi amesema kwamba ukipiga akikuomba wewe polisi, ukiibiwa polisi, mtoto amekata polisi, mtoto amekata kufanya nini polisi. Sasa tuongee. So kwa hiyo ndugu yangu, tuko hapa tunalilia Kenya yetu. Hatuna nchi baba. Angalia sasa Samia amesema hataki wa Kenya. Maana tumechoma kwetu na sasa hataki tuchome kwao. Thank you so much.
Matatizo yatakuwa yanaendelea kuwa ikiwa wananchi wa chini hajahusishwa katika vile vikao. Na katika vile vikao kuunganishwa kuwe na uwazi na uficho wa mambo ambapo chini mashinani utafiti jambo liweza kufanya.
Kwa majina naitwa Saidi Gwende Mwarua, ni mkazi wa Jomvu Kisarawe. Na nilikuwa na maswali mawili. Kwanza la kwanza nilikuwa natupeleka kwa County Commission kuhusiana na upotofu wa watoto katika jamii zile ambazo zilizopo. Nafikiri hapa tunazungumza sana watoto na jamii. Kuna mama ameongea akasema kuwa watoto wamepotea kulingana na kuwa hawana maadili kutoka kwa wazazi. Ni ukweli kabisa. Kitu mimi nilikuwa nataka kuuliza County Commission, katika hii Mombasa County, mtoto huanza kuelimishwa akiwa mdogo. Mimi ninapokuwa mpaka dakika hivi ninapozungumza, katika sehemu ya Jomvu tuko na karibu shule 2 ama 3 hazizidi za serikali za chekechea ECD schools. Sasa mtoto atatoka sehemu kama kwa mfano sijui kama kuna baadhi yetu ama huyo commissioner anajua sehemu ninazozungumzia. Mimi ni mkazi wa Nako. Mtoto atoke wa ECD, si mtoto wa miaka less than 2 years. Atoke pale aende Jomvu Kuu. Atoke pale aende Meritini. Atoke pale aje Mikindani. Je, hilo linawezekana jamani? wa kubambanya, alafu wazazi wenyewe riziki za kupigania, hujui utakula nini ama utafanya nini. Sasa hizi mashule ziko mbali, Jomvu sub-county imetengwa kabisa kielimu. Hili naliongea na naomba commissioner wetu ajaribu kulifuatilia. Ukienda Mliloni mtoto anatembea almost 4 kilometers aende shule kutoka ile center school ambayo iko pale. Ukija Jomvu, hiyo ni tunazungumza mambo ya Jomvu sub-county. Sasa mashule ziko sehemu mbali ambapo saa hii unasemekana shule za chekechea county boss ambayo anazungumzia mambo ya governor anatoa chakula cha watoto wa chekechea ambapo ni pongezi kwake. Je, kule sehemu za kule mashambani, nikizungumzia mashambani nazungumzia sehemu za nje ya Mombasa Center. Hizi sehemu ambazo ziko nje ya Mombasa zinaumia. Hiyo ni swali la kwanza ambalo hilo ni swali la kwanza. Alafu ya pili, naenda kwa police commander. Tukizungumzia mambo ya polisi, sisi wananchi yeyote nisi Kenya, nikienda police station naitishwa pesa ya mafuta, nitume kule, na nikienda kuripoti incident pengine, kwa mfano nimepita njia, tunatoka hapa tukifika barabarani, nipige simu, hapa basi kuna mtu ameumia, ameanguka. Huyo mtu anaweza maliza masaa 12. Siongei uongo na ninaongea, nafikiri community iko hapa. Mimi nazungumza nikizungumza kwa ninatoka community ya mwisho. Hili jambo la polisi na sisi wananchi litakuwa shida iwapo halitakuwa ni lenye kufuatiliwa, kwa sababu hata iwapo kuna kitu cha report mimi bana, mimi kule nimeona kitu kama inaendelea pale, maswali nitakaulizwa mimi nitatoka jasho, ama kizidi huyo mtu pengine sijui ni kama kuna connection ya wale walanguzi na
Habari zenu, mimi yangu inaenda direct kwa komanda wa polisi. Majina Josephine Acheng Mteka, natoka Nyali. Ningeweza kusema hivi, kweli tunapenda usalama wetu na tunapenda kuripoti wahalifu. Tunaporipoti tunapeleka straight police station. Wanapokuja wanachukua watu, wanawapeleka, na wameona hakika wametenda kinyama, wamekatakata na wamekupokonya na ushahidi huko. Anapofika pale unakuta leo amepelekwa jioni, asubuhi amerudi. Akirudi kesho yake atakwambia tumezoea na tunajuana, hakuna kitu atatufanya. Kwa hivyo huo uhalifu umeendelea. Hata juzi jana tumebebewa kila kitu, tumehofia kwenda kuripoti kwa sababu hakuna suluhisho. Wana police commander, na kuomba kama tutakuwa tunaripoti kesi asina suluhisho, basi mtupatie tuchukue mkondo mikononi, kwa sababu itakuwa hiyo kazi haiwezekani kweli.
Mimi ningependa, swali langu linaenda kwa commission. Swali ni kwamba kuna areas ambazo tumeelezwa pale kuhusu mambo na mashamba. Ningependa kueleza, mkiwa mna sort issue kuhusu shamba, you sort it to the end. Mnafika mahali inapotea, inaingia mitini, ukienda kuuliza swali hakuna mtu anakujibu. Kuna kesi zingine ziko kama huko side za Mijindani wapi, unapata mtu amevunja msikiti, amevunja kanisa, anajenga msikiti. Mtu mwenyewe anafukuza watu pale, hana documents. Unaenda kotini, haji kotini. Mnaambiwa rudi, tunaenda kwa CC, tunaambiwa rudi kwa DCC. Mnaenda huko, kesi haifuatiliwi, haisongi mbele, mwenye kujenga anaendelea tu kujenga. You wonder when.
My name is Bernard Otieno, and I'm privileged to be pastor, the founder of Wash and Water Ministry International. I am in Likoni. And talking about the problem of the community, we need to know why there may be laxity in how the police operate, especially when it comes to response when there is problem. When there is problem and police don't respond, it makes things escalate because it gives room for probably those who are doing bad things to take maybe to have opportunity to do this because they know you will never respond. But this laxity in response comes out especially due to corruption. Our police force is corrupt. And this must be spoken with a lot of strength because it is one of the things that have made crime to escalate. And it is not something that is, we may be biased when we are talking about the results of the police. So we want to request the police. I think you know, police finish business wrong katika maisha, mwisho yao wanamaliza vibaya kwa sababu ya corruption. Hata wale ambao wanajiona katika uwezo wa kuwa wamejijenga, mwisho wao unakuwa mbaya because of corruption. So we need to deal with these things morally and inwardly. And talk about awareness. Polisi watuwezeshe kuelewa wanataka tufanye nao kazi kivipi. Open up, give us room to understand how you want the community to operate with you. And that brings us to talk about Witness Act. If we have to work with the police, then the police must prove to us that they can protect our interests, probably cover us when we come up with maybe telling them the truth of the people who do crime. Because this is one of the things affecting the community and the members of the community. And we talk about working relations and dealing with the religious extremism. Leo hii tunaongea Shakahola and we are demonizing Christianity. Why can't you work out ways of reaching out to one person instead of a religious organization or a church? And we come to reforms. In the implementation of reforms, come up with ways in which you and the community can work together to make reforms work. As the police, me, I'm addressing the police because that is where there is a problem in terms of crime. And we talk about regulations, come up with ways, and do awareness in the community. Let them know how to come up with ways of averting crime. Then we talk about strengthening the courts. Leo hii kuna vitu ambavyo havifai kupelekwa kwa polisi, but the community hatujaruhusiwa. Tuko na miji 10, tuko na sungusungu. There are so many operatives that are not working. Why? Because miji 10 hata ukiangalia mahali ninaishi, sijui miji 10 ni nani, hata sijui kazi yake ni gani. Hawajitokezei. The public barazas are no longer anymore, ambao ndio sehemu ambazo watu walikuwa nakutana wanaongea. Na hizi nafaa kuwa as the PPO probably work on ways to have public barazas, make the religious leaders your friends, allow them to work as you work together, religious leaders and the police. We can make the community a better place to live.
Thank you very much for those ideas.
Let us incorporate mediation teams so that some of the things that may be sorted should not even end up in court. Tunajaza jela kule na watu na hao mapastors wamesoma, wengine wako na uwezo wa kufanya na kusuluhisha mambo through mediation.
All right. As I was saying, I want to acknowledge the lady who has asked the question regarding how they as grassroots women can join and engage with the programs at WISE. That is very exciting for me to hear, and before I leave this place, I'm interested in onboarding you. I will just share the categories of memberships we have. I said earlier that we have individual category and corporate category. So under the individual categories, we have the professional category. The professional category takes care of the person who has either a diploma upwards, diploma, degree, postgraduate, PhD, all those fall under the professional category, and they only pay 5,000 shillings per year. We have the associate category, which has 2 levels. Senior associate has 3 years of practical and management experience in security and safety. The junior category of the associate membership is one who has 3 years and below. And these are all, the individual categories are all for women. So if you have 3 years and below in managing security systems, security, in a security role basically, you are qualified to become an associate member, and you only pay 1,500 per year. We have the category for affiliate members. Now, affiliate members are people who have no knowledge or background of security or safety, but they have an interest in any area we are working to deliver in terms of our objectives. So I think the women at the grassroots, if you go to our website, www.wise.co.ke, you'll be able to identify with any of our objectives and send an email to membership@wise.co.ke, and I'll be able to respond. So this category takes care of you. We work with very many people in the development sector. We work with women in the CBO. We have SHOFCO. I don't know how many are aware of SHOFCO. They rescue girls. Those are our members. We have them as corporate members and also individual members from that institution. The affiliate member takes care, you only pay 3,500 per year. Then we have the student category. The student category is any student enrolled, any female student enrolled in an institution to attain either a diploma or a degree program. We admit them with 1,000 shillings per year. Have I answered your question sufficiently? All right. I welcome you to join WISE. Asante sana.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, everyone. There's that question of availability of knowing who is selling bangi, who is selling drugs in your area. And maybe when you report to the police, you are saying they tell them you are the one who gave that information. That's why I gave you 1182. Once you give me that, once you give us that information, it will come to me, and I will go to the regional commander or county commissioner or the security team with the county commissioner. We sit there, we address it, and we arrest those people. And you will not get to be known that you are the one who gave that information. So please use that 1182. And nobody will ever know that you are the one who gave that information, because that information will come to NACADA. And once it comes to NACADA, we have county coordinators in the counties. And they will be able to sit with the county commissioner, security team, and it's addressed at that level. That's the way we do it. So please don't allow. Then, even the issues of bar within the community or within the residential area. Do you know you have power to say how many bars can be in your area? Or to say that you don't need a bar within your residential area? Once they are being licensed, there is the participation of community so that a bar are licensed. And if that participation was not done, you can write to us to NACADA. And once you write to me, within this region, or the county coordinator will be able to do what? To cross, and we do it with the multidisciplinary team. We work together with the GAO, we work together with the police, we work together with the CAPS, we work together with public health, and we go and cross it. Because it's not allowed within 300 meters to school or to a mosque or to a church or within the residential area. So availability and accessibility, you have the power to do that, to reduce. And even when you know who is trafficking, just get us to know. The other one, still about availability, I've heard we are complaining even about the leaders that are there. Who elected those bad leaders?
Us.
Yeah?
Us.
Then who to be blamed?
Us.
Yes. You have nothing to blame the leader. It's you. The buck stops with you because you are the one who is giving them that opportunity. And also the laws of the country. Who is making the laws of the country and rules of the country? If we choose people who are selling drug barons, do you think they'll give NACADA power to bite or the teeth to bite?
No.
They'll make rules that NACADA cannot be able to do what? Yeah? To function or to get leaded there. Like in Mombasa or Coast Region, people are crying about Mugoka, that we are not doing a lot as NACADA. The only thing I can do is to teach you what Mugoka does and what. Because according to the law of the land, Mugoka is a crop. Snifo. Do I have power to go and what power do I have to stop it? Kama governor anajaribu anashindwa na kada itaweza? Haiwezi. So it's you who are choosing the bad leaders and they make bad laws and those laws govern you. Then you complain. So even when we are bringing some institution, let's get to understand what role am I playing. And that's why I talked about even educating and teaching our children. So please, I think I've answered those questions that's related to alcohol and drug abuse. The other thing I can address, still within the bus and whatever, if you know a bar that is making a lot of noise within your area, there is also NEMA. You can call us, we collaborate with them, and we reduce that. Then don't, the way I said, don't see somebody doing thing and you keep quiet. It will come to haunt you. It will get back to you. So just raise the voice, talk, and once we talk, we'll do it. Thank you. And thank you, Kara, for organizing this. We'll continue working together.
Okay, my fellow colleagues, good afternoon. Bado kuna tumaini, sindio? Yeah. There is always hope. Sindio? Tell your neighbor there is hope. No matter how things are gray, there is hope. Na hiyo hope wewe ndio unapeleka kwa hiyo kijiji na wewe ndio unaipanda. Wewe ukipanda hiyo hope by next session imeng'aa. Si ndio? Okay. I want to give you a toll number ya kufichua uhalifu for free. Because you don't look like those people who want free things. You are a very serious client. And therefore, make sure your phone is fully charged and then you deliver the information. 0800 722 203. I repeat. Number ni 0800 722 203. That's a national toll number. Ya pili, tumekaa na nyinyi all those hours. Tunapiga police corruption. Nani ameleta corruption kwangu? Umeleta? Simama. Simama. No. You know, these are general issues. Ngoja kidogo, Reverend. Let us avoid what we call a ping pong game. We are discussing issues, ndio? Nasema tu si mimi nimekaa na daktari hapa. Nani ameniletea corruption? Hakuna. Goja too. So why are you complaining outside there when you were doing the deal, when the two of you were sitting? You know, it's an attitude. It takes the two to tangle. Sindio? Mbona wewe ulitoa hiyo corruption? So mimi ningesema nyinyi watu wote wawili, the corrupted, the keeper and the taker, sheria inakata kuwili. So labda we can only condemn you directly and say, shame on you. Shame on you. When they ulitoa note voluntarily, you wanted to defeat justice. Why did you not refuse? Mbona sijaona mtu anasema ati polisi nimekataa kupatia corruption akaniweka coffee. Ama akafanya hii na hii. So tuseme let us speak from this forum. Very serious people. Individually from today any spot. Wewe usitoe. Wewe unipigie tu simu uniambie nimekataa kutoa na nimewekwa ndani. I'll come personally. Hata kama nimeretire nitakuwa na network ya kupiga simu. Wewe usiende ukanune na mlikuwa mnanyonya nyinyi watu wawili. Na nisiongee lugha ambayo kidogo ina dulumu. It is the two of you who did the sin act. So you are exposing the sin act here. Unataka tufanye nini? Tayari umetenda hiyo dhambi.
In fact, the person should be arrested.
You are culpable. Na therefore, submit yourself before the people of court here. Omba Mungu, sema tu Mungu yangu nisamee na nisamee hata hiyo polisi. Then kutoka leo The Bible is very clear. You have been given the wisdom to exercise self-control, to know what is wrong and what is bad. You have been given that wisdom. Lakini haujaambiwa simama hapa uchakue tu yaliyo mema. Umepewa hiyo authority kivyako. So it is your own game. Na itakupeleka jahanamu ama itakupeleka mbinguni. The problem of Kenya is this. Please. Mimi naweza itawe saa 8 kuja ofisi yangu niambie hii ni pesa nilipatia OCS ndio hii. Tuende tuchukue hiyo OCS. Na kama uliniletea mimi, there is also another higher level ya kuripo. The thing is, let us take responsibility. Hii pombe mnasema polisi wanakuja, nani anapiga pombe? Nani anarani hapa? Nani anapeana license? Sasa polisi wanaingilia wapi? No, you are looking for a theory which is not writing on your emotions. Wewe mwenyewe unapiga changa, unakujiwa, unapeana kitu. Nyinyi wananchi mko hapo, simubebe yeye mama ya changa na yeye baba ya changa na polisi wote ndani. Ngoja tu kidogo tu. You know what? Okay, Kenyans. You know when we are discussing issues, hakuna mtu akona solutions, ni kweli? Yeah. So we are discussing issues and we are also giving you some of the roles that if you taken those roles seriously, we could not be here, sindio? Tumewitness vitu ambayo ni kinyama. Lakini hatutaki kuchukumika. This country is in the way it is because you good people, you have not spoken. You are burying your head on the sun. You are burying your head on the quicksand. Hata tukilaumiana hapa, tukiondoka jioni kabla wewe hujapika nyumbani, sangine wewe umepeana ngiri moja. Sangine umetumana kitu kwa M-Pesa ati kuna mtu ameshikwa. Si wacha mtu ashikwe abebe msalaba yake. Biblia inasema sisi wote kila mtu utabeba msalaba wa. So wacha polisi wabebe msalaba yao na nyinyi wananchi pia bebeni msalaba yao. Mwenye kupeana hongo beba msalaba. Mr. James spoke about a court order. You know, we cannot discuss a court order in this forum. Those are active issues. We go for court. Mr. James, kindly come to the office tomorrow with those court orders. You know, court orders, they are very specific. They are not generalities. It is the OCS who is supposed to enforce. And you know, court orders, it will depend on your lawyer, how smart he is. Because he's supposed to make the prayers. The court cannot direct the prayers which has not been prayed for. Sijui kama mtu ya Attorney General Office hako hapa kweli? Attorney General Office, mtu ya ODBB. You know, these are issues of law and they are very clear and they are captured. If any person doesn't honor court order, move the same court with a motion of condemn. Na tuko na polisi wengi wana sub condemn. If you don't obey court order in its totality, you are in condemn and you are vulnerable and you will be sued. Let us not we Kenyans, let us not appear we are not disparate. We have systems which work. It is only you who has refused to embrace. Tuache woka. Biblia inasema sijui mara miangapi. Let us not fear. Mungu iko. Kila kitu imepangwa. Hakuna ajali. Ni sisi tu kukubariki kwamba utatenda yaliyo mema na utakula yaliyo mema. Therefore, as we speak here, let us avoid double standard. Tusiongee kinyume na matendo ye. You are leaders in your own right. Kwa asubuhi wewe umepika kibuli, leo unaenda mkutano. Kiongozi, unajua utarudi jioni kwako iko inda. That is the role of security. It is the integration of all this input. Sisi hapa, wale wako nje, wale wako wapi. We make sure that this country grows higher. Na tumepewa chukumu katika Biblia. kama sisi wazazi mpaka tuwe na kitu ya kupeana kwa generation inafuata. So tukiharibu hii nchi tutapeana nini? The bigger document that you can give your child is the nationality. It's not about your money in the bank. It is about the heritage. Ana inherit kwa Mkenya. Wachana na hizo vitu zingine. Mungu ana control. Inaweza kuwa una leo, lakini katika store ya Mungu iliyo mbinguni imejaa. Unakuja kumiminiwa. Tusomeshe watoto, watakuja kupata baraka. Tusisema hakuna kazi. Okay, hakuna kazi is a today context. What of the future? Hata sisi wenye tuko hapa, kuna tumaini, kuna hope. Tuko na inji maridadi. Mungu anatupatia mvua, tuko na afya. Kwa nini tusifanye kazi? Tufanye kazi kwa bidii. Let us generate revenues. Na itatutosha, tutafurahia inji. Kuna space ya kutosha kila mtu. Kuna saa ya kulala, kuna saa ya kufuna, kuna saa ya kujitolea. Tuende na majira. Everything is programmed in this life of ours. So tuwe positive. Tumekuja leo kufundishwa na Gara. The intention yake ni kwamba we are now going to be the transformed agents. Tuende kama tumechaswa akili na tumepewa neema na watu wa Kristo. Mutuombe, tuombeane, tusimame imara. It takes me and you to change these dynamics. Hakuna mwingine atatoka mahali. Mimi naomba tu Gara wawe na more sensitization program. Bring more stakeholders. Map more stakeholders. Tunakuombea Mungu at least uwe na resources uweze kusustain this momentum. Na wewe pia ukiondoka hapa, patilisha watu 10. Be also a transformative agent in your own small way. Right from your family. Mahali mnaenda kukaa chini leo jioni. Ebu na wewe na watoto yako muongeleshane. Wacha kutumia simu. Ibidi ya online, no. Speak physically. Hata naye mtoto akwambie anatakaje. What is input yake? Input ya mzazi ni gani? What is the goal? What objective? Mungu hawezi patia kazi ambayo haiwezi. Angekuwa amepatia mwingine. Wewe una talenta leo. Wewe ni mzazi. Wewe ni kiongozi. Ongelesha ya watu. Wewe uwe mwangaza, uwe chumbi. Wewe uwe chumbi kutoka leo. Wacha hii mkutano ya Kara ikuweke chumbi. Ikuweke mwangaza. Ukitembea leo unawaka, inaonekana. Unapoenda kulala, hebu na nyumba yako itoke hiyo mwangaza. Kuwe na hiyo baraka. Let us degree a change and it will come to pass. You are the people of wisdom. And God is our center. God is our chair. Tupanye pitu na roho safi. Tunapolaumu huyu mama, mikono mitatu inakurudia. So hata unapiga mwenzako mawe moja, 3 tayari inakupiga. Tuwe watu wa kuchukumika. In wakati yetu ya kuleta hiyo change. Let us support these children. Let us not label them. These are our children. And we accept as parents, we went wrong, we went haywire. We are willing to change. We are willing to humble ourselves. We are willing to listen. And it shall be well. Umeona ile inji zingine zimeenda kombo, haijarudi. Tusicheze. Anza kwako. Put things straight. Anza kwako. Whether a single parent, a complete parent, tajiri, maskini. Anza kwako. Anza kwako. Wamama piga makoti tuombe. Wazazi wanaume kama sisi tubariki watoto, tubariki hii jamii. Ebu tunene yaliyo ya baraka peke yake. Tuachane na hiyo vitu vingine kunungunika, tuachane. Wamama wapige makoti. Tuombe watoto yetu walio shuleni. Hata wale wako chela tuombe. Ebu na tufunge, tuache kukula tu free. Tufunge hata 1 hour. Kufunga tu serious commitment. Tufunge tu kibiago. Kenya is a religious country. And very soon tutafuna. Iko kazi ya kutosha. Mungu anatafuta malaika wa kutuma kwa hiyo kazi. Tunapolalamika wewe ndio unatakana kutuma. So usiwe kama Yona unataka kwenda Likoni na unatakana kwenda Otange. Utapepa na samaki round Otange ikutupe huko. Tuko hapa tu atukukataa. No. Tuchukumike. Wewe ni mwalimu, wewe ni pastor, wewe ni kiongozi kibiago. Can you speak something? You are a beautiful woman. You are a strong answer man. Can we see the product? It correlates. Tusikae tu mahewa on media. You know, media, it is a double standard. Hiyo mtu wewe unamfuata ujui kama anafanya nini usiku. Sangine ni mchawi. Na wewe sio mchawi, tayari umeungana na mchawi. Unaungana na mtu mupivu, analala mchana yote. Sasa ile watu wanataka kutafuta simply because it's online. Let us be people who love their country. Kwanza jipende mwenyewe. Ndio sasa ukiwa na hiyo upendo unatonate kwa jirani, unatonate kwa mtoto, unatonate kwa your deskmate. Lakini kama wewe mwenyewe ni hoban, hata kwa mapenzi hauna kafu, utatonate nini? Na unataka pesa ngapi ndio uwe na mapenzi ya roho kutoka ndani? Please, kuna ile talenta tulisaliwa nayo. Hata ukiwa na afya tu peke yake inatosha kubariki mwenzako. Unatosha kujua kesho kutakuwa mema. Mimi si ubiri, mimi naongea na wewe. I'm talking with you. We want to talk with each other in this forum, in this platform, Yakara. If change can come from here, let it be. If change comes from this group, let it be. If change comes from this group, let it. My brother, nikiongea watu watafurahi, lakini mimi nangoja matendo. Ungwana ni matendo. So tuone hiyo matendo. Nimepatia namba yangu. Welcome to the office. Lakini usinilete bitina. Usinilete chuki. Mimi hiyo vitu sina. Sikusaliwa nazo. Hiyo mfuko sina. Lakini kikazi kusikiza wewe na kupanya wewe yaliyo mazuri. Kwangu usikuja hata na ndururu. Wewe kuja tu bila hivyo. Si nimekupatia my position. So kwa nini waambie mtu leo nataka kuona region, nataka chai. Nimetegelea hapa na nimesema come free. Ashwar. Because kuna chambo ambayo haikutende. Lakini na kuahidi we shall do it correctly. Mimi na wewe. It takes the two of us. So if you want to complain, be ready to support the prosecution process by availing evidence, availing witness, availing yourself, availing your statement. Police hakuna shortcut, imeandikwa hivyo.
Kuna nafasi ya kwenda kwa dio. Kule tulitenza ACC. Enda mwambie chief, tumemwambia hiyo hatutaki mzee yako na dosari hapa na pale muweze kumtoa. Kama ACC atashindwa, si ukuje kwetu tu direct. Nani anajua nyumba inaitwa Huru na Kazi? Wengi wetu tunajua tunakuja huko wakati wa passport, sivyo? So ukikuchukua passport kuja 8th floor. Kama utapata manda mtalipata hapo tukiwa wawili. Na kuna wavizazi wengine pia pale. Hapo tutaandika barua na tuwa instruct wao wafanye nini? Wafanye uchaguzi. Tukichunguza kwamba kuna ukweli vile Bwana Kobile amesema, tusikuje kuleta fitina kwa vile pengine huyo mzee wa mitaa mfano mko na shida na yeye kibinafsi. Pengine alikuwa sorry, hebu nisiongeza hindi hapo. Ya pili imeguziwa hapa ni mambo ya baraza to be intensified. Tuko na changamoto kidogo hapa. Baraza hatujai koma kufanya. Kila mmoja wetu kuanzia assistant chief mpaka regional commissioner awe na minimum 2 barazas per month. Lakini hebu angalia kwa vile kwa simu yangu hapa imejaa baraza hiyo tunafanya za usalama za nini na nini, ni mambo mingi pale. Ukiangalia wanakuwa watu 20, watu 12, watu 10, watu 5. Sasa wakati katiba mpya iliwekwa watu walipatiwa uhuru. Unakumbuka wakati wa Nyao vile tulikuwa tunafanya? Tunafunga duka. Tunafunga soko. Lakini sasa uhuru ulikuja mkasemana kila mtu ajitawale sasa. Sasa tunakuja vile tunataka. So mambo mingi inatupotelea pale. Ni jukumu letu sasa tujiulize inatusaidia ama itusaidii kutoenda kwa nini mikutano ya chief. So naomba kwa heshima ukisikia chief ameitana ama mzee wa mitaa ameitana, and then pale muweze kuji-express na mtaweza kupata suluhisho mingi pale. Kama haipo, tumesema ngazi ni zile zile. Chief akikusumbua, enda kwa mkubwa yake pale ambayo ni ACC. ACC kama naye pia hakusaidia, amechukua muda, uko na nafasi ya kwenda kwa DC wetu pale. DC akisumbua, tuko na county commissioner. Mwisho unakuja kwa regional commissioner. Hapa nitawahakikishia hiyo kitu haitapita iende kwa nini? Kwa vile hata akishindwa pia, mimi nikishindwa, hata mkubwa wetu ashindwe, uko na nafasi ya kuandikia nani? PS. Unataka kuniambia shida itatoka huko mashinani huko ifike mpaka kwa regional commissioner na tusinde kweli? Mimi nenda kuhakikishia, mimi niko na 33 years kwa hii kazi. I can assure you, ikipita mimi nitakwambia hii utomboi enda kotini sasa. Because we will do everything possible, humanly possible, kuhakikisha kwamba hiyo case imesuluhishwa kulingana na kila mtu apate haki yake. Nimeona mambo ya kazi mtaani, mama wetu hapa wamesema kuhusu, sijui nimesikia kuna mzee wa sijui manager wa nini wa mheshimiwa ako huko. I don't know ako huko kama nani ama amekuwa huko kama yeye ndiye anataka kufanya kazi. Nadhania mnajua vizuri, tumesema ni watoto wetu. Na kuna kriteria ya kuchagua kwamba wale watoto wanachukuliwa ni kuanzia miaka 18 mpaka 35. Sasa huyo anaweza niambie mlichukua jensi mkaingiza kwa ofisi, hiyo sina shida nayo. Lakini kama ni mzee amekomaa kama mimi, huyu ni mtu wa kutumbuliwa hapo na vimboko. Because kuna namba imepeano ya the whole region. Ni bahati mbaya siko na hiyo namba hapa, ningekuwa nayo ningempatia. Na zimegawa kulingana na counties, sub counties. Hapo ndipo sasa inagawa mwenendo mpaka mashinani mpaka kwa locations. So waweza fikiria pengine ile location ya jirani yako pale wamepewa 20, tunakuta wengine wao jirani upande mwingine wamepewa 10. Kuna sababu. Kwa vile at the end of it all lazima itaenda huko juu iweze kuwa na uwiano ya nchi mzima. Ili watu wakilipwa, na mmesikia vile umeambia utaratibu ni ule tulikuwa nayo mbeleni, watu wanafanya wiki 2, wengine wanafanya baadaye. So kama kuna lalamiko pengine mamia isipuko hiyo yako kidogo, mwingine ni muhimu mwelekee kwa nani anahusika, kwa DCC wetu pale, ili ajue shida iko wapi, na kama yeye atashindwa kujeni kwetu pia tuweze kufuatilia juu tunajua kuna ile taratibu. Ile najua iko kuna a lot of misinformation. Watu wanaambia story, wanaambia utachaguliwaje na nini? Hiyo yote ni watoto wa chief ndio wanachukuliwa. Na kama chief atachukua watoto yake, lazima tumuulize umechukua wangapi ndio ufike mwisho wewe chief ndio unachukua majina ya watoto yako. So kuna hiyo taratibu zinafanywa na lazima tuwe tumeelewa zinaenda namna gani. Nimeona hapa mambo ya koti, na naogopa kuongea mambo ya koti sana. Because mambo ya corruption kotini kuna taratibu zake huwa zinafanywa pale. Naomba kwa heshima, kuna ile redress inafanyika. Ukipata nafasi pitia sisi kwa ofisi, tuambie pale shida iko, tutaweza kuongea na wale wanahusika na uweze kupata msaada. Lakini ukisema ni corruption, it also takes two to tango, vile tumeambiwa hapa. Wewe ukiambiwa alete pesa fulani, mwambie sina, utauawa kweli? Na kama utauawa, enda kwa ile ofisi yetu, kuja, we are the coordinators wa hii kazi yote ya national government. Kuja kwetu hapa tuambie bwana Kombina ndiye amefanya nini, ndiye amefanya hii na hii na hii. Tutakuelekeza vile tutaenda huko na tutahakikisha kwamba umepata haki yako. Lakini sasa tukilalamika tukiwa huko vijijini, haitatusaidia hata kidogo. Ya mwisho kuna mzee niko na mzee ameongea mambo ya ECD. Amesema watoto wanaenda mbali sana. Sasa sijui wale wa mbeleni walikuwa wanaenda kiwango kipi ndio wao waanze kuenda mbali. So pole tu mzee wangu, nasema hivi, ujumbe tumepata, tutaandikia watu wa nini wa county government. Hizi indeed si ya national government, ni za governor. So mambo ya chakula na nini tutamwambia kuna metokea lalamiko hili, tunataka wewe mwenyewe uende uangalie nini, utume sub county administrator wako huko Njomvu, tuone shida iko wapi, na tuko na imani hata sisi tutafuatilia tukijua, tukikwambia tunataka pia kujua matokeo imekuwa namna gani. Tunamwona mzee wangu. Ya mwisho ni mambo ya mediation. Kuna mtu ameguzia mambo ya mediation. It is true. Tunahitaji kufua na kitu inaitwa mediation. Sio kila kitu kesi kidogo hapa. Sijui nimeona sura yako si mzuri naenda kotini. Sijui naona ng'ombe yako ni mzuri kushinda yangu naenda kotini. mediation is the next move to make. Na tuna encourage watu, mimi ama mediator kwanza professionally, lakini hakuna tujapata nafasi ya government institutions ambao zimeanza kuoffer hiyo mediation. So nyinyi ningemuomba kwa heshima, wazee wetu, si lazima uwe na degree, si lazima uwe umesoma, bora tu uko na experience, uko na nafasi ya kwenda kwa mediation institutes na uweze kufunzwa. It takes more than, ichukua kama mwezi moja. Kuna wengine wanakuwa so intense kama ile nienda hapa ilikuwa wiki 2 na tukamaliza. But you have to pay a price of minimum 40,000. Kwa hivyo it has a cost. So that wewe baada hiyo, once you are certified as a court mediator as a mediator, you can even work kotini na unapatiwa kesi zinatolewa kotini huko, zinaletwa kwako, na baada ya kumaliza unarudisha kotini, inakuwa hiyo ndio uamuzi, na mwishowe kwa every court you are paid 20,000 shillings. Sioni biashara nyingine hapa na tunamtafutia kazi. Mungu awabariki, asante.
All right, you can sue people, you can do these things. You can solve problems much easier. If in your community the policing is not working, all right? You don't know whether it is the police or is mulishika mtoto wangu, nitakuripoti kwa everybody. You know what we people do, all right? We need to agree, what do you want? If your child commits a crime, should they go to the police, or what do you want us to do? We're not going to live with you if they are going to disturb us. We need that togetherness, and it's easier for the administration to work with a group, because you cannot have a queue of 100 people, alifanya. Even you're human, you get tired, all right? Plus, when they are coordinated, it's easier to manage. And like I said, WhatsApp groups with your police station or whatever, they work so well. Little WhatsApp group to report ilifanyika, but then be genuine. Don't be that I'm revenging or whatever. But now I need you to ask, how do we form our association? And I'm going to ask the county commissioner that. Can you help us, help the communities to form their associations? It's not that easy. You need to write articles of associations. You need to plan how meetings are held. There's a time you find that people don't know what a meeting is. They need some kind of organization or some kind of assistance. We will help. We have some generic articles of association. You just fill in your name and pay a little money, and then you registered. Because government needs to recognize who is this who is saying. It can't be everybody and nobody. It must be somebody who can be recognized. And this is the power of associations. You can achieve a lot. And with an association, this aspect of community participation makes sense. Because now you can participate and say, let us all agree we want it this way. If you want your neighborhood this way, we all agree it's going to be like this way. And anybody not towing the line, then you'll take care of that matter. So if you need to organize your associations, please contact Kara. And even the religious people who are here, all churches have districts. You have a parish. You can form an association as a parish, because you already have a meeting place in the church. There are ways of forming these groups, and then you just write how you're going to behave yourselves. But we are there, we are available. We have a website. I'm going to ask Henry if he could write all those things that the police commander said. You do this, you do this, you do that. The things that the county commissioner says, you do this, you do this, you do that. You must know the law. If you don't know the law, we'll try to simplify the important small pieces of law so that you know how to go about it. You don't have to suffer. The laws are good, the laws are there. You just need to know them. Sometimes your lawyers don't know them, but you try to know basically your rights. Then you can defend them.
If you have a registered resident association, please introduce a security agenda in your meetings. And by that I mean, if you can be able to convene a meeting to talk about security of your place. And I said earlier that there's something that we are trying on a pilot basis, and I know it is very powerful. We are calling it Coffee with a Cop, basically bringing the police and the community together to talk about security issues. Please, if within your locality you can convene a meeting, invite your local police officers, ongea na OCS, get the police officers, let them come and join you in an informal setup. Where mnakuja tu chai, mnaongea, you talk about your security issues and agree on what needs to be done. Because if you don't create that relationship, if you don't create that trust, then hizo maneno ambayo nasikia hapa itaendelea. Hiyo unasema ati nimeogopa kupeana report because nitakuja kuulizwa ati wewe ndio ulipeana report and then your life will be at risk. So policemen are just our brothers and sisters, they're human beings, and every human being, if you create a relationship, you will start opening up and you start be able to talk about security issues. So please work out that if this pilot is scaled up as Kara, we'll be able to come and provide support so that we can be able to help you convene these meetings. But you can do it in your small ways. Whenever you have your meetings, invite those police officers, let them come, talk to them freely and share information as much as you can. If you don't have a resident association, like our vice chair said, we can help in forming one. So we can be able to take you through the steps. We know how to go about it. We have the templates. We have the areas we're supposed to go to in terms of registration. So kama we bada una number yetu, our number is 0725. Please write 0725 983 445. 0725-983-445. If you want to form a resident association, please get in touch. We'll guide you through that process. And of course, we also invite you to come on board as a member of Kara, because when you're a member, then you're now able to work more closely on a number of issues. Of course, Daktari said we have our website. You can get more details there, which is kara.or.ke. You can visit that and see how you can access the information in that particular place. 0725 983 445. So kipiga hiyo, then we can somebody will guide you on how you can be able to form a resident association. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for even being patient up to this time. Najua we've overshot our time, but I think it was for a good reason. We've learned a lot, we've engaged, we've agreed on what needs to be done on certain issues, but this conversation continues because it doesn't end here. Let's continue exchanging ideas, let's continue connecting, and of course, you've had the opportunity to meet our brother and sister from the government, engage them. And Bwana Director of Operations has told you that he has given you his number, he has told his office is open. Kama uko na jambo fulani which you think needs his attention, I'm sure he's been able to give you the confidence that you can go to him and he'll be able to engage you and respond to those particular issues. So with those remarks, I want us to close the word of prayer. We have some tea and snacks at the back. Please have a bite kabla uende as you continue interacting and networking. So I don't know if there's somebody from the Muslim faith who can close for us the word of.
Kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu mwingi wa rehema, mwenye kurehemu, kila sifa njema. Mwenyezi Mungu, twashukuru kwa hii shughuli imekwenda vile ulivyopanga wewe. Sisi ni wanadamu, tuna hitilafu hapa na pale kukosea. Mwenyezi Mungu, kwa hilo tunaomba msamaha na tunaomba kwa uwezo wako Mungu, ili siku nyingine ifanyike juhudi zaidi kama hizi. Tuna tabia ya kuomba mambo mengi, tusamee kwa hilo Mungu. Tupe yale machache tunayoweza. Twasema alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amen.